What's
Bam.
up? What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
37
Sorry.
seconds live. We're amazing people.
Yeah, sorry, we're a little late. We got caught up backstage bull crapping, so yeah, we apologize. But good evening, good night, actually, to some of you. Good evening to some of you as well. Good morning to those on the other side of the world. Yeah, man. How you guys doing? It's good to see you, Terry. Yeah, like I said, man, haven't been live with you in a while, man. So it's good to see you. Definitely good to see you. Yeah, man. Hope everything's well with you and your family.
We are doing great. Thank you. My daughter got a report card, all straight A's. My oldest daughter's about to have a baby, all going well. My other daughter had my grandson's birthday party, so it's all good. Pretty normal stuff, man.
Yeah, I think Chris just kicked me out.
Well, keep himself out, probably.
Yeah, man. I need a drink.
What are you gonna drink?
I don't know. No,
your IPA beers.
Yeah, I probably won't drink anything, but I definitely could use one.
Well, if you do drink, put a governor on you, okay?
I got a flight at like 10 in the morning, so I gotta leave. Atlanta, heading to Atlanta.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun times.
You see what Wise Choice Money says?
PB fried chicken and pineapple. Terry, yeah.
That's Terry. I'll tell you right now, if you even remotely answer him and say you're going to do that, I think I will never talk to you again.
So, like we talked earlier, Chris,
pineapple goes with ham and by itself. It doesn't go with anything else. Nothing else.
Fruit dish. Pineapple's fruit dish. That's all.
You know what? I'll make an exception for OBZ though, because that pizza that he made with those slices,
it looked good, didn't it? It did. Look
that looked really good.
Because I swore my life almost before that picture, I would never, ever do pineapple pizza. I tried it once. I hated it. I said never ever. But the picture he posted, it looked like I could lie and try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
I could try.
Rickness is like. I think it's funny. Chris makes everyone mods. It's right, buddy.
Yep.
If you keep talking, I'll make you like senior mod. Yeah. I'm just having fun there. But where's Kryptonian at? What's he doing?
He's pooping. I mean, he's prepping. Sorry.
Yeah, all that stuff he was giving you about going to the bathroom, Chris. And
I know. He gives me a grief about that. I'm like drinking water and trying to be healthy and try to be good and all that. And man.
Yep.
It's always better to talk about him when he's not here. But
right? It's easier too, right?
Yeah, you know what? Someone needs to just stop with the Hawaiian pizza. You know what? Okay. You know, I have to say this.
Right?
Jocko said to go to a place that's pretty close by to get the Hawaiian pizza that they got. I haven't had a chance to go, and actually I forgot about it. But I'll give it a try. But I tried that pineapple on a pizza around here, and it was like we were talking about, Terry. It's just it was all gooey underneath, had a bunch of
soggy and nasty.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's got a good flavor, but what's the deal with all the sogginess and everything? It's like, what the heck? But I'm glad you could join us, Kryptonian.
I was just waiting for you to stop whining, and I was going to jump online. I mean, you start talking about
You might want to go backstage again because I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon.
Here you go, guys.
First of all,
in the chat, there's the link to my book on Amazon.
Oh, about
damn. So the paperback is available now. The Kindle version will be available on the 30th. They got to do all kind of checks and stuff like that. That'll be available on the 30th. So yeah, check it out.
So
yeah, baby.
I just did the pre-order, but it didn't take my money or anything. It just says.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming they don't take money until it's delivered for like the Kindle version. So,
all right.
Yeah, man. So yeah, guys, check it out if you would, please. Leave a review, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. So that's my first attempt at being an author, and certainly certainly appreciate you guys giving me some support. So yeah,
Of
man.
course. And as a surprise, Sunday we're going to be narrating the book. So
You're going to be narrating. You're going to be like, you're going to be talking like
Yeah.
I've already read it, man. It's good stuff, bro.
Yeah, the audio, I submitted it today, so that takes up to 10 days for them to approve it and all that stuff.
How many
but
pages is it?
yeah, I want to say it's the paperback's like 210 pages.
Well, that's good.
I believe
That's good size. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too much. But yeah, it's 210. So I want to say it's like 7 or 8 chapters, something like that.
That's good.
So, yeah, and there's some methods and techniques and you know some self work and all that stuff that's in there if you guys want to get into it. So yeah, man, right on. Yeah, Rickness, I'm an Audible guy too, man. So
yeah, you can buy a book. There are books out there that really that speak to positive mindsets. You know, think positive. You know, think outside the box. You know, clear your mind, detox. But this book, if I may, this book tells you once you've gotten past the honeymoon phase, I'm going to do something with my life. This kind of goes into the strategies and why they work. So that's my takeaway from it. So it's a good book. It really is.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary, man. Yeah, no doubt. Cool. And again, just some tips and techniques that I've used over my lifetime to kind of go that positive direction. And I think at some point in life, we all have that negative self-talk. Oh, yeah, you know, especially when you're going through some stuff or something bad happens to you. It's very easy to get in your own head and have that negative self-talk. And again, just some tools to kind of get you out of that, get you headed in the opposite direction.
What's crazy is that we as human beings, we are never individually our biggest fans. We are always our worst enemies. Yeah. We are always our worst enemies, but we are quick to be like, hey, bro, I'm your biggest fan. And I'm like that with all my friends that I love to see people succeed. I hope I can help them succeed. You know, I'm an Aries, right? And one of my, I mean, you know, you believe in that stuff. One of the which is true. I really take pride and I get excited when my friends are trying a venture, or they're doing something, or they're successful. I love to see that stuff. And but I am my worst critic. I mean, I am my worst enemy because I'm the one that stops me. I'm the one that lets me down. You know what I mean? But that's why I look to books like the one that you've written and surrounding myself with gentlemen like yourselves, all business owners. You know, we're all out there grinding. We know what this is. Myself, Terry, Chris, and you know, and others in our circle. It's good to bounce ideas off of each other. It's great to be to bounce off an idea and they say, yeah, probably not yet. Or, you know, actually, have you thought about this? That's what I've gathered. And those are things I've learned over the last year and a half working with you guys, you know, it's good stuff, man. And now you're writing books and stuff. The question I have is, what am I doing in my life? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're already writing books. What's next? A Netflix documentary or something? I mean, what's going on? I mean,
God, you know, I mean, like slacking.
Yeah. Well, I spend all my time, you know, taking care of you, Chris, you know.
There you go.
Hey, so, pleasure. With pleasure, brother.
Yeah, Chris, you've been writing some ebooks, right? Didn't you say that? You were writing a few ebooks and stuff like that. So
yeah, trying to put some you know, thoughts on paper for Forex stuff and everything like that, and some like wills, trust things. Not to tell people, but giving them like you know, outlines as to what to get their minds like thinking about, you know.
It's good because there's that. I mean, there's obviously some books out there already in that space, but there's not a ton of stuff, you know, directed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what I'm doing is like people ask me about it, or whatever, and I'm like, I'll put it in like an ebook, man, and kind of give you like a synopsis, and then maybe a little like outline, maybe a checklist that you know, give you something to think about, and then you go off and talk to the professionals. At least you're educated enough and everything like that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that if you can put it in kind of short content form like that, not like a real long book.
Yeah.
I think that would honestly, if you could throw that on Amazon or something for like $2.99, I think people would eat that up, man.
Oh, well, I was planning on just doing it for free.
Nah, man, you gotta sell that shit at some point.
This guy, why you gotta be so?
I mean, it's the thing. It's like these are just my opinions, and then I just want to give you like you know, just get you to think about it, you know, that kind of thing. I don't want.
What's next? You're gonna give me a Tesla? Are you there?
Right.
Are you?
Right.
No, I ain't giving no damn Tesla to anybody. That's a waste of money. And if you would read any of my ebooks, you would be like, I would never do that.
Hey,
I'd love to read one, man.
Speaking of waste of money,
I would
the stuff we learned last night, Chris. Isn't that surprising, bro?
Yeah.
What up?
For what, 90 grand? What do you get? Well, they're cheaper now. So if 50 grand to something else, dude, get something that'll earn you some money instead of getting something like that. I mean, it's great. You got a Tesla and everything. Woo,
yeah,
that's awesome. But how about you could double your money in the time that you pay off your Tesla?
That is true.
Yeah, that is the truth, man.
You got a broken down Tesla in 5 years. You got 120 grand.
That needs a battery. That's the whole underside of the car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not Tesla, but that's like
people never really talk about even cars, right? Even a car itself.
They just depreciate. They're not even assets. They just depreciate.
Well, and what you do is like when you do go get a new car by taking a loan from your term life insurance that's funded through your trust. And you got to pay the interest, but you're going to get better interest on your own loan.
It ain't going to ding your credit. I mean, all kinds of stuff, man. It's just it's smart. You know, what's funny about Teslas is, I got some friends that have them down here, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't pay anything for gas, man. I'm saving $300, and especially in Houston, I'm saving $300 to $500 a month. Of not having to pay gas prices or pay for gas. And my light bill has only gone up $50, right? Oh, great. Well, then take that $350 and save it for 6 years, whatever the hell you're financing that damn Tesla, because you're gonna have to buy a new battery in 5 years, bro. It's gonna cost you 10 grand. So you're gonna need that money. So you're either gonna pay for it now for fuel, or you're gonna pay for it for a battery. But chances are you're probably gonna try to sell that thing or trade it in. So then you get caught in that cycle.
Well, you got the repairs, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, if you go the other way and you get like a vehicle that you can just take care of and you got it paid off and everything like that, and take that money, you can earn money off that. And everybody else is like in the repair area of their vehicles and stuff like that. You got yours paid off. You had it for a long time and you got 100+ grand in the bank.
Yeah. For me, I think
the Shadow X, that's a strike one, brother.
Yeah. With the Tesla, for me, I think they're kind of cheaply made on the inside. The inside to me they could have done better.
Bro, it looks like a Toyota.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elon slacked a lot on the interior, man. And I see a lot of them with body panels that don't line up properly. On the inside.
Paint's peeling on the inside of the door isn't painted all. I've seen a lot of like low, and it's funny because
for the money that you're paying, like you buy $100,000 Lexus,
you're going to get a premium. You're going to see the premium all the way around. It's going to last a bit. It's going to keep that shine for a little longer. But you're right. You pay $100K for a Tesla, and you're buying yourself a Hyundai, with an electric motor in a sense. I mean, there's nothing innovative other than it's got a giant Android tablet in the console. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying they're not cool cars. Don't get me wrong, because
I've never seen a bad Tesla. I mean, I've heard stories about it, but every person that I know has got a Tesla. Nice little vehicle. Now, I do have to say that I think you said this, Kryptonian. I like Toyotas. I like them a lot, right? But their doors, they feel like they're just fake.
Yeah, there's no weight to them.
When I shut a door in a Toyota, it's like there's no way, there's nothing to it, and it's like boom.
Yeah,
I shut
it's
my
not
Suburban.
Boom. It's snap, and then the other door kind of opens up because it's so light. It's like
my Suburban door, bam.
Remember I was talking about that.
It's like, and
it's like you're in a pressurized capsule when you. That's what I love about GMCs, man. There's no road noise, man. It's like quiet. Yeah. It's like a Bose, man. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm doing noise cancellation that's why I love my GMC, my AT4 or GMC or Chevy, because it's quiet. It's a quiet cab, man.
Yeah, my Suburban it's like it's like a Cadillac. People will get in my Suburban, well, even my truck, they'll say the same thing. They'll be like, I don't know if it's the road or your vehicle. And like when I drive a little bit, sometimes we'll go somewhere for a little bit and I'll have a couple people in there, and it just like it glides over the road. Just like, and I put Michelin's on it, but it's like it's 8 years old, been paid off forever, and I just do maintenance on it and everything like that. Nothing major.
You're winning, bro. You're winning.
I mean, it does. It feels like you're just gliding over it. And I forget about it when I'm driving. I'm like, oh, but one thing I can say that my Silverado drives very, very smooth, but it's got big tires and it's lifted, all that kind of stuff. It's not lifted like,
No, I mean,
it's just a little bit up. And so
you got like a leveling kit or something or what?
Yeah. Well, factory,
factory.
so
it's like 6 inches or something or whatever. But from stock. Okay. So it's going to have a little bit of the bigger tires. You're going to hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I thought. Yeah. But it's like dead quiet. You can't hear the tires. You can't hear any of it. Now I've been in Jeeps where it's like, I can't hear you, man.
I feel like I'm in a plane, man. I'm in a Jeep, man. I bought my daughter her first car, my oldest daughter, she wanted a Jeep. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, Dad, I want a Jeep. I'm gonna take the top off. I'm like,
take the doors off,
Yeah. About 3 months later, she's like, I don't like what Jeep is. I thought you're gonna have to keep this joker.
Yeah.
But they seem to drive well. And I mean, I think Toyotas are awesome, but dude, they have I feel like their doors are terrible. I mean, that's the only thing I could really complain about a Toyota.
What I would ask, first of all, what year Toyota are you talking about? Are you talking about all of them? Or are you talking about like the newer ones?
Everyone I've ever been in. Now I like the vehicle, but like the Corollas, the Camrys, the Avalon. Now I did like an Avalon one time, and it felt
that was kind of like their luxury car.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. But honestly, I was like,
yeah, they don't even make the Avalon
I'd rather go with a Lexus than a Toyota.
I mean, it's their higher end, just like Acura's, Honda's higher end, and Infinity's, Nissan's higher end. So,
but their 4Runner doors and their Tacoma doors, dude, come on.
Look, I love Toyotas, man. I think they got great motors. I just think they're overpriced for what you get internally. Outside's great. I agree with you, Chris. The doors are real light.
Well, I think they're great running vehicles too.
Yeah, they last forever, but the inside's all plastic, man. I don't feel like I'm getting anything premium. So with that being said,
all the manufacturers are doing that crap now. Unfortunately, they're all finding cheaper way to have you spend more money, and they're cheaping out on the manufacturing process. All of them are doing it. Where they used to use a metal fastener, now it's plastic. Where they used to paint the valve cover gaskets, now they're bare metal. It's like everywhere they could save 5 cents on 1 million cars. I mean, that shit adds up.
Yeah, so, it adds up, man.
10 cents or $1 here, $1 there, and that's what all the manufacturers are doing. GM.
And I know if I were to ask you, I know this is going to be an anecdotal, maybe a subjective answer that you'll give, because this is your wheelhouse of all the cars. And I know you're a master. What do you? I was gonna say electrician, a mechanic, right? So master electrician. So I know you're a master mechanic, right? You got the years, you got the experience, you got your shops. You work on Euro cars. I mean, you can do it all, right? I'll never forget when I called you a couple of months back. I was like, "Hey, man, my daughter's Nissan transmission went out," and I told you what kind it was. You're like, "Sorry, bro. That's just that. That's." But point I'm making is, of all the cars that you've got to work on, right? That you come in and through your shop, which are the ones that I think have the better? I mean, it's just anecdotal. I mean, every mechanic's probably gonna be different.
Right.
Which one is the best buy for the buck? Best, and I would say the cost of ownership is fair. Like, hey, don't buy that. I'm giving an example. Don't buy that Beamer. It's pretty up front, but it's ugly in the back. Meaning once you get past the premium miles, it's going to cost you. So what do you think?
Mercedes are that car. Mercedes are that car. Yeah. They end up being expensive over the life of it, and they break all the time. And
there's one.
Or Land Rover too. They're junk.
That's what I was going to say. Is because I've always got Suburbans. I got GMCs or Suburbans. Period. That's it. Nothing else. And Silverados. That's it. I don't do anything else. And my kids, I'm like, if you want me to have any money in that, you're getting the Chevy version of whatever. That we're not even talking anything of. You don't like it? Go get your own car. So, but my sister, she likes her vehicles and stuff like that, and she does different ones. She's got like a Mercedes, and she's done different things. She got like a Nissan, the big Nissan. She was she wanted a bigger SUV.
Well, they have the Armada.
Yeah, it was an Armada. She liked that for a little while.
3-seater or whatever. Yeah.
She wanted to come down a little bit from the Armada. So she went with the Land Rover, right? And she had this thing custom done. She waited like 5 months for it. And she wanted it exactly the way that she wanted it. So she went and did all she didn't get all the bells and whistles, but she got the type, the color, everything that she wanted. and she's had that for years. She's had it for years, and she cannot stand it. She said it's the worst vehicle she ever had in her entire life. And it looks good on the outside, and she keeps it in immaculate condition. It is a beautiful car. No maintenance has ever been missed, nothing. And you get in it right now. If we went over her house and you would go, oh, you guys just get this? You would think it's a brand new car.
Right.
But she cannot stand it.
Any particular reason?
Down? Yeah.
Just because it breaks down, or?
Well, she always seems to have an issue. It's got electronic issues constantly.
They always have had electric.
Yeah, I remember back in my days when
I've had
those
I've had a couple of Range Rover Sport Supercharged.
Yeah, hers is a Range Rover Sport, I think is what it is. But it
probably has the 4.6 liter.
Back in my day, an electrical issue was my bulb was out. You know, the left. Now
I told her about this, and I told her that I said, listen, that's a great car. But I wouldn't drive on the highway with it. I told her like right after she got it, and she was like, "Well, why not?" And she was thinking, "I spent all this money. I ain't gonna drive on the highway. Are you kidding me?" You know. And I was like, "Well," I said, you should be okay, but just be careful." But she was like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you have these big rims on there with these very small sidewalls on them."
Yeah, like 30 series tires.
Yeah, and it looks great. They're low profile.
They look great parked.
Yeah.
And I know 2 times, but there may have been a third. And the recent one, she was driving from the airport home. Now it's a pretty far drive. Don't get me wrong. And it wasn't like she drove 500 miles on it or whatever. She was driving home, and the sidewall just splits. It just splits.
Oh,
it's just
man.
perfectly around the rim, just splits, and it's just down the side of the road. I had to go pick her up at like midnight.
Yeah, most likely, I would say she probably got a nail, drove it underinflated.
Well, that's the crazy part about it is both times the sidewalls just gave out. You could take the tire off, like the tread off, and the tire would still be on the rim. And it was like
it would pop basically like an 18-wheeler tire, right?
And
it was like keeps sort of the part of the wall still on the rim.
Right. Yeah, it looks great and it drives great, whatever. But then that to her is like, okay, so she's had that problem. It always seems like it just runs through tires. She's not happy with that. Electronic.
Well, she's only got this much tire to run through. So what do you expect?
Well, they have air suspension, right? So all your Land Rovers have air suspension. So they're constantly adjusting as you're driving to keep first of all, the quality of ride is phenomenal. I mean, it's like you're riding on air.
But even my sister says that my Suburban drives pretty damn smooth.
I mean, I have a 2020 Suburban, and you're right, man. That thing, I've gotten how many speeding tickets because of that? Like,
you don't realize you're
doing 100, you don't even realize it, man.
Yeah. I did because and that's another thing too. In one of my old Chevy truck that I had, Silverado, that was like a maybe mid 2005 or 6. Man, that sucker got to 80 miles an hour and you felt like it was just going to fall apart.
Yeah.
But my Suburban and my Silverado have now, I look down, man, I'll be on 95 and like it's smooth as glass. I'm just like, whoa. Yeah. So I got to turn on that thing, that little beepy thing that tells me I go over the speed limit. It's a little annoying.
Does your Chevy, do you have the odometer, or what is it called? The
heads up display.
Heads up display on yours?
No.
I got that on my, oh man. That tells you when to slow the hell down. I love that.
My Camaro.
I forget how much I love it when I jump in the car and I don't have it. I love it, man. I got all this information.
Well, I say my Camaro. Well, it was my Camaro. I owned it. I paid for it, but it was one of my daughters. My daughters just passed it down, you know. But it had a heads up display, and every time I'd get in, I'd turn that thing off. Man, it is so annoying to me. I was like, and the heads up display in that Camaro, it was 15 or 16 Camaro. So it was
so they were just starting to do it.
It wasn't. It was like
real small,
give you the speed and then some other goofy stuff, and then you could flip through and get different displays, and all of them were stupid. I was like,
so on the AT4, it's nice and big. I mean, you can adjust it. You get obviously speed. It tells you the speed, what the max speed on that road you're driving if you're going over the speed limit. It does that. It kind of tells you if you're lane departure, if you're in the right lane, or you're too far from somebody. It goes all the sensors around your truck, my truck. It warns me on that. But what I also love is whenever I'm in 4-wheel drive or something, it tells me if I'm going up. I mean, not that I'm going up mountains or anything, but there are some places I've been, kind of off road. It shows me my degree of angle and what's dangerous, if I'm going to roll over. All that stuff's right in front of me. I love that stuff, man. The AT4 that I have is full. It's the full tech version. So I've got every sensor, every camera. It's like I feel like I'm literally flying a plane in that thing because
like he's in the Iron Man suit or something.
Hell yeah.
It's giving him all his feedback.
The Iron Maiden one.
Money. You got. I didn't even notice this up here. I would drive a BMW all day long. Every single day.
I've had numerous BMWs. I've had the X5. I've had the 3 Series. I've had the M5. I've had the M3. I've also currently have my C63 AMG Mercedes, and to me, the Mercedes is much better than the BMW. For me, just having owned a bunch of both.
So
I like the Mercedes,
even with the maintenance and all that stuff. And
they're both maintenance heavy.
My sister has a Mercedes that she got, dude. It's a coupe, and
but they have their issues too.
It's a beautiful car, and she's had it.
I love the X5
forever.
X5's nice.
It's an absolute stellar vehicle. I mean, she takes care of it and everything like that. But they've had a few issues with it, But nothing like major, and it runs great. It's great. It's a great looking vehicle and everything like that. It's been the best vehicle they've had. But for me, I've always just been like, I just want a BMW, and I've had a couple of them, and I've loved them. And my son-in-law, he's got a BMW, and he likes it. I mean, he's young.
Yeah, the cool thing about the BMWs, the engineering's already at its finest. There's not much. I mean, you can do some tweaks and upgrades to get more power out of it, but the engineers really do a great job with BMW and really pull every last bit of power out of them that you can, and still be emissions friendly and all and stuff.
They feel like it's a performance car. I mean, it's sold as a performance car.
And BMWs, man, they're good made cars. I would say
Germans are amazing engineers.
When it comes down to the BMW Mercedes thing, that's a personal preference, man. It's get your butt in the seat.
I prefer Chevy GMC on everything.
GMC's most old white guys do.
Bro, you call me an old white guy, man?
I'm just you're the Mexican from Texas.
Yeah, I'm the Texan Mexican. What did he call me? The Texas Mexican, man.
Yeah. Have you ever owned a foreign car or anything, Chris? Or just always GMs?
Yeah, we had I had 3 transmission shops back from like 1994.
That's right. You did tell me that. That's right.
And I got abandoned vehicles all the damn time. And what it'd be is they'd drop them off and they'd be like, "Oh, I need to get fixed. I don't care what the cost is." And we'd be like, "Dude, you need a whole transmission.
Put a mechanics lien on it."
Yeah, and then you have to then you'd have
like that's a whole $500, sir.
Yeah. I'd file for the title on them,
So that mechanics lien is a real deal, isn't it?
Yeah, because you when you bring in the vehicles, you have the whole form fill out. You'd be like, okay, we're gonna check out your vehicle. You're giving custody of the vehicle to us. We'll take care of it, all that kind of stuff. We'll give you like an estimate, all that kind of stuff, 3 to 5 days, and if you don't want to do it, we'll give you a couple extra days, like a grace day, couple days or whatever. And if you don't want to do it, you got to get it off the lot, that kind of thing, and we'll
start charging you storage.
And then you start charging the storage. And as soon as the storage, and you do it like every day. I mean, back then it was like, I think $7 a day or something.
We were like $50 a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
So we would do like, I'm pretty sure it was $7 a day, but we have a whole storage lot in the back, and some of the vehicles were just going to be junk. So it was when they owed us more money than the car was worth, 90% of the time they had abandoned it and they were never going to do anything, but we just couldn't like haul it off. So we'd haul it off, that we have a tow company that we work with, we'd haul it off. But some of them, BMWs, I mean, I got some vehicles that were just awesome. I rarely ever sold any of them. Usually gave them to like employees, and like if they liked them, be like, here you go.
2 or 3 of my daughters got cars that way.
Yeah. I mean, I got a BMW one time and it was junk. It was messed up. And I fixed it up and I drove it for a long time. I had 318i and I drove it for a while. It was real nice. And I sold it for like triple what I got it for. And it was
you guys ever got a car in that was still being financed and you got the lien on it? How does that work with the banks?
So I've had the bank actually, or the financing company, contact me and try to get the car back,
right,
with any measure possible. Hey, can you knock off some of the storage fees? Can you help us out? Can you work with us? So they always try, but possession's kind of 9/10 of the law. If you file that lien, it's yours. They're in debt to the bank.
I would always work with the customer because
I would always try to work with the customer, but the finance people are always.
If the customer was like tight on money and stuff like that, I would be like, dude, the finance company call, I'd be like, go to voicemail. I mean, I'd call up the customer and be like, hey, you got to figure out what you're going to do with this because now they're calling and everything like that. Well, I ain't got the money to do it. I'm like, all right, well, you start paying me some and you pay them some. You figure it out with them. Whatever you decide, I'll do. And then usually they'd let go of the vehicle. And then the finance company would come, but I would never budge on anything. I'd be like, sorry, man.
Yep.
This is what's owed to us. That's
would they ever pay for it to be repaired? Like if they owed you $5,000, they'd pay the $5,000 storage and everything. And then of course they take the vehicle. So
usually it wouldn't make sense for them to do that.
No, they everything they ever did with that, they towed it right off and it went down to this auction. That's another thing too. We go down to the auction and like, it was like every Saturday for like 3 or 4 months. You go down to this auction, they'd have like 1,000 cars down there. You get them for like, $150 at an auction. So, I mean, they literally would pick them up, pay us, and they'd drive it down to the auction. I'd see the car like the next day. And be like, we just had that car.
Yep.
Really, Rickness? That's not the first time I've heard that. Trust me, man. I get a lot of shit being here in Texas. I'm talking on the phone with somebody. And then when they meet me, they're like, wait, what's going on here?
That's funny.
Who are you?
What did that guy that once, I thought it was hilarious, man. We got to go find that and save it. I mean, that's
funny. He's like Chris Cruz and that Texan Mexican guy. Whatever
he's like, Chris Cruz is just a big old, he's stupid, doesn't know anything, all that kind of stuff. And like going in Discord and he's like, and that Mexican from Texas that's on there. Yeah.
It's like, bro, you realize I'm not the only one here, right?
I was I said,
border's wide open,
or is he talking about somebody else?
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I didn't.
Someone called me, actually complimented me the other day, actually. They said I was like Larry King Live. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much because Larry King Live used to talk on this mic like this all the time, but he made millions. So, hey, there's hope.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and did that guy say that? Did you see what that guy said?
Not entirely. No, I just kind of saw a screenshot.
Oh no, that's a different guy. But did you see what they said? Guy said in Brewfied yesterday?
No.
He said that.
I haven't been in there. I haven't been in there forever. What would he say?
I don't think I can say it. I don't think I can
type it in the private chat.
You can do that to me? Come on, bro.
Type it in the private chat.
If you won't say it, then I probably don't. Yeah.
You probably don't want me to because it probably end our live. They probably come in here and be all like, you guys are gone. Because what he said was, and all I replied with was those eyes. I saw it.
Send me a screenshot. I want to see.
I'm like, what the? Where did this come from?
I probably wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they always talk about, everyone talks about me. I don't care, but if it's got you all hot and bothered, then I'm gonna know what they said.
Oh no, I wasn't mad. I was like, dude.
I think he was more surprised and thrown back.
Yeah. It's like, he said, he did the eyes. You don't normally do the eyes,
Is it Nick is a hero in the Maxie's eyes because Chris Cruzy said so? I didn't say so, man. What are you talking about? And then the newest rumor is that we're all being paid by Nick.
Oh,
I figured that would come up.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm getting super chats. I'm monetized, guys. I'm monetized. Right. I got 116 subs or something.
Yes. I gotta find this. How do you do this? You gotta go to search, right?
Why is it so hard for people to believe that we just give the guy some respect because he's earned it? You know what I mean?
Well, my thing is that
I think because people that say that have never actually received respect in their life. So for me, it's a form of projection in a sense. Where like they can't believe somebody would actually be kind to another human being, give them respect, because probably in the space they operate, it's not there. They're not used to it. And then here we come up here and we're like, no, this is really who I am. They're like, you're being paid to be that guy, you know, and it's crazy, but I'm blown by that as well. Like, how does
it's surprising to me because I mean, I thought I've explained it time and time again about how Nick kind of picked up the pieces of a complete broken community. He's trying to build something, put it back together. He's almost like the last hope of what was to be the blockchain that we all put some money into. And he's taken it over. He's taken it in what I consider to be a positive direction, a productive direction. Not only that, he's doing it very business-like, very professional. So I give the guy some respect, and I like the way that he comes on. He's keeping the community informed every Friday. Again, it's not what we were used to. I like how he comes with a presentation. He answers any and every question. What's not to respect from the guy, you know? So it's not that we're maxis because Chris says so. It's I think giving the guy the respect. He's done nothing for me not to respect him or to show him respect.
Yeah, and my thing is we can be critical all day long about I mean, because I wish the blockchain was it was launched faster. I would assume that Nick would think that too. I would assume that I would like the fact that we never went through any of this stuff with the previous guys and all that. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I just think I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. You guys got. You see this thing, you're gonna be like, seriously? I don't even get it, man. I was shocked.
Oh man.
Chris was shocked. Oh well.
Yeah, I was like,
Shadow S calls me the Tejano. That's right, brother. Tejano.
There you go.
There you go. You guys can read it. I'm not gonna read it.
We're all just gonna see her staring at the screen. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I don't know what I'm reading. So do play some music or something. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, here we go. Wow.
Oh
my God, man.
Hold on. What the hell are you people doing out there, man?
Like I said.
That is pretty funny though. That
I mean, the fact that he would actually say that like on purpose, write it out like for everybody to see it, in the screenshot. It's crazy.
Yeah,
man. So it sounds like they watch a lot of you, Chris.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And it was
it was probably because you wore that muscle shirt that one time. Remember that one time?
Well, I think if people do watch,
Chris was rubbing on his tattoos.
Yeah.
No. We're not going down that road. No. But I think if you watch,
we the people, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So if you watch me enough, though, I would think that you would think that I try my best to be middle of the road on this stuff.
Yeah, sure, man.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I keep an open line of communication with a lot of people in BrewFied and people that are very critical about it. Because, listen, I think Nick's great. I think he's doing awesome and everything like that. And I hope that it works out. But if something's brought to my attention, I'm not a maxi that I'm like,
you're not going to hesitate to call the man out.
Right. I would probably talk to him first. I'd be like, hey, Nick, did you?
Yeah, you're not going to surprise him. Right.
And, I wouldn't ambush him or anything like that. But if he was
because the goal is not to have the gotcha moment. The goal is to get an answer. And, hey, this is an issue that someone brought up.
Right. And if he came back to me and said something like, well, I can't divulge that to you and everything like that. And I'd be like, all right. Then I'd go back to my sources and be like, he said he can't divulge that to me. Is that? And they'd be like, the reasonable ones, not the ones like, oh my God, just reasonable ones. Be like, no, we don't see why he would do that. No, that doesn't make any sense. Then I'd go back to him again. And I'd finally be like, look, I'm going to go public with this and let people know I don't think that this is right. And I gave you the opportunity. But I don't think it would ever be that way.
No.
But at the same time, just because I'm not like, going at their throats, and there's only there's only one group of people that I would go at publicly, and that's the former regime of all the people involved. So, those are the only ones that my hand will be up right away. You need me for anything, any kind of anything like that. And when it comes to Nick, I would be critical, but at the same time, I think the community is doing a great job of being critical about the things that are going on. And there are a lot of people. I was a little disheartened, though, that I think there's a lot of people that were discussing things in the Vitruvio Discord in the general chat that were being pretty fair in the questions that they had, but they were getting timed out or banned. I know that they want to bring it more civil, but there were a few people that I saw that they had legitimate, like, what about this? And it was like, no, they weren't even
like, they're getting like timed out or banned.
Like zero tolerance, which I can understand on both sides,
Well, these you got to check the motive,
weren't
though,
bad,
right?
though. But these comments were like, Nick is a scammer and you're all going to burn in hell. It was I don't understand this.
I'll be the advocate here. So let's say they asked a legitimate question, like, where's the repo? Where's the GitHub repo? Whatever. Where's the code? Right. And you're like, okay, we know it said it's coming, whatever, it's here, whatever, tomorrow, whatever. But then you look at the guy's history. Just yesterday, a week before,
you're right.
He's calling Nick a scammer, a chef, or a cook, whatever you call him, Chris. And my point is that those guys that see that guy now he's asking questions, legitimate questions, but they're looking at the history of that guy. So the way I see it is this: I hear you, but I'm always going to check your motive. Why do you want to know this? Is this a gotcha moment? You trying to make a fool of somebody? Or are you really trying to get an answer because it's going to make the community whole? Right. And I think, at the end of the day, I would hope the mods, I don't know who they are in the Vitruvio Discord, but I would hope they're adults in the room.
I think the mods are fine. I'm not making it critical, but as to come to the comments that were in there, I was like, I didn't understand why they got timed out. I mean, they seemed like they were supporting, and actually they were helping people that were coming in asking dumb questions.
That's crazy.
Like, those are the things my Seifu X, and they're like, "Come on, guy, you got to keep up with it," stuff like that.
Yeah,
and they were like defending the protocol, but then I guess they didn't say it the right way or whatever. But my thing is like, if Nick and the team and whatever that ends up being, and hold on.
Squirrel. Always got to go pee, guys. What's up, Shadow? He says, what's crazy is that Bob has built a blockchain and it's in testnet. It took him less than a week to build a blockchain. That's interesting. Very interesting. And it looks really good too. I'm sure it does. He knows what he's doing, but I'd like to know which blockchain it took him to build in a week. Because
I know he was working on what is it, Hive?
Hive
as well.
Yeah, Hive. Hive. Is it Hive? And there's another one.
Yeah.
Hive and he was working on something else. Well, the guy's a dev, so he's probably got his hands in 100 projects,
Probably.
As most devs do, right? So I know he's busy, and he knows what he's doing. So I hope that and again, I know that Nick has said that he's talked to Bob, and I was backstage with Nick and Bob and Chris, and Bob was coming hard with the questions, and technical questions, the questions that really mattered, and was bringing up some great points about the future. And I would say the design, the scalability of Vitruvio and the way it's currently designed. And Nick was open to it. So I hope I don't know if from that conversation, if anything's happened other than it looks like there's a collaboration going on. I hope that it is, because Bob and guys like Bob, he's not the only guy. He's not the only Bob out there. Obviously, he actually works with the team of guys like himself. These are the guys in the space. This is what they do. So hopefully, Nick is reaching out, tapping into that community, and gives us a solid project. It's one thing to build a chain, but it's another thing to build it the right way, right? And that's what I want ultimately, because I want this thing to last. I don't want this thing to launch and then it gets exploited for, because they just it wasn't designed correctly, right? With security in mind and those things. But time will tell, right? And time is running out. So Good to know. Thanks for the information, Shadow. Shadow X. I didn't realize that. So hopefully, we can do the same thing with Truvio, right?
And and maybe Shadow X could comment and tell us what blockchain that he's
I think it's about.
I think so too, but I'm not positive. So I think I just got a message that I think TK wants to join us from Ready Set Go. I think it is. So I sent him the link. I don't know if he's going to jump on or not.
Yeah,
so.
For sure, man. 100%. Yeah. You know, we were in a conversation last night with someone, and we were talking about I guess the utility with Vitruvio, right? So we know that that Nick wants to create a creators blockchain, which is great, right? For NFTs, artists, and those things. But that's only, to me, the way I see that, it isn't specifically just for creators. I think this is going to be the proof of concept for what people can bring to Vitruvio, of the type of chain it should be, right? So I think the artist, the chain for creators, Vitruvio is going to be proof of concept. Say, taking a market that's in need, making it successful, it becomes a great and then at that point, I hope other projects come to this chain and build off, because it's not just going to be for creators or artists. The hope is other projects come to the chain and utilize not only the technology, right? But follow the same business model. Like this is, if what Nick does is successful, right? That'll be great. But if he does it, it's successful, and he has it on paper on purpose, and he says, guys, whoever, if people pay attention, guys, I was taking a shower. No, but if he does it and it's on paper on purpose, and people can, if it can be replicated, right? I'm not talking about the NFTs. I'm talking about
the ecosystem, basically.
The ecosystem, or how to be successful with within the ecosystem. I think that's where the magic's going to happen. I think that's what's going to make this chain a success. Is if he can do the NFT thing for artists and it's successful, and it can be replicated with other industries and markets and innovative, thought ideas, other utility in a sense. I think that's going to be where the key is, what's going to make this thing successful. I get a lot of questions like, where's the volume going to come from if it's just from artists and NFTs? It's not just going to be that. The hope is other projects build off this thing. And that's going to happen if people believe in the team, they see the proof of concept, right? And there's not a lot of shenanigans going on in the community. Everything's legit. The DAO comes in, everything's on paper on purpose. Every dollar has a name, every penny has a purpose. All that stuff, is true to form. I think that'll be a good thing, a good place for this blockchain to be successful, and people try to replicate off of that. What's up, guys? What's up, Todd? What's up, buddy?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining.
Well, thanks for letting me join. It was kind of a surprise tonight. Stay High usually takes these types of things for the team, but he was a little bit under the weather tonight. He had to excuse himself.
Oh, no worries, man. We appreciate you joining.
Yeah, he and I were chatting a little bit in Discord, and I said, hey, man, we're going live tonight if you want to jump on. And he said, I'm not really feeling it tonight, but one of the other guys might want to jump on. So, yeah, man, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for letting me join you guys.
Yeah, man.
I guess, do I have the floor?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Go for it.
So, I'm here to represent RSG token. That stands for Ready, Set, Go. RSG is a fun competitive protocol where investors can compete for a share of the tax fees collected. That's typical of a lot of tokens, isn't it? We, of course, have our own trick to that. The total supply of the token will be 7 million. There'll be a 10% buy and a 10% sell tax that will automatically be converted to BNB. The way the daily competition works, there'll be one winner automatically selected randomly every day for making buy transactions. So there's actually going to be a competition that goes daily. It's a buying competition. So that will be something that will, we hope bring in the crowd, give them something to go towards, so they can go to the Claim D app once a day. And then at the end of the week, there'll be a seventh winner that will get 10% of the total tax prize. So, how do you guys think about that? How's that sound so far?
I mean, it's definitely cool. I mean, that somebody's going to be able to get 10% of all the taxes collected, no doubt.
Yeah.
And what does the winner have to do? Is it of whoever buys the most, or is it just if you buy, or
most daily, and whoever buys the most by the end of the week? That's all it takes. All you have to do is have a little bit of RSG in your bag at the end of the week, and you automatically qualify.
So you qualify for a pool to be thrown in a pool, and then you get picked. So it's not, oh, I have bought the most this week, therefore I won. So is that right? So there's a pool you go into.
That's correct. There'll be a pool of taxes to pull from. So so if I understand your question correctly, there'll be. I'm sorry.
You said a pool of taxes. I get that. I get there's a pool of taxes. So right. if I'm just holding one token, great. How do I? You said if I'm buying, I have the most transactions for the week, right? Sure. I'm eligible to
buy transactions at the end of the day. They'll have their claim, and whoever has the most buy transactions overall at the end of the week will have the 10% claim at the end of the week.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you got multiple pooling from the pool. Gotcha. I thought it was one person that was winning.
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Now, how many people at the end of the week will be is it just those two, or
it's as far as those prizes go, it's just those two levels there. That's it. That's right all you have.
And are you guys launching on the Binance chain?
We are. Yes.
Okay.
It'll be smart. So. Well, here, let me tell you this. From the 10% of the tax that's collected, it'll go towards rewarding anyone who's holding RSG tokens at the end of the week. So not just NFT holders, but token holders will be rewarded as well. So we have more than just the initial investors. You want everyone to be able to get a piece of the pie as well.
Very cool. Very cool. And Stay High is actually in the comments here. He said every buy transaction is considered an entry. So there you go. Right on. Now, what are you guys using to determine the winner? Are you using some kind of randomized software for that particular thing where every buy is an entry?
I think Stay High is answering again. Every buy will be an entry. Yes.
Hey, Wise Choice Money put in the Discord, but I copied it and put it in, so it went to everybody's chat. So it was just showing up on mine. So
are you guys gonna have like a leaderboard so you can see who's in the lead as far as who's winning, or are you just gonna leave that to just spend as much money as you can and hopefully you're the top guy?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Top
guy. Okay. Right on. And Sky High also asked what the team token allocation looks like. So are you guys giving yourselves tokens from the jump to like for the team to sit there and hold tokens? What does that look like?
No, the team will only be rewarded through the taxes. 33% of the taxes will be collected to a team wallet. Now that's not just a team wallet where the team will get paid. That's for project growth. Part of this project, we believe, as I said, everyone should get a fair reward, and not just that. It shouldn't be Ponzi-nomics. It shouldn't be strictly from the tax stream. We are looking at other passive income projects to add to our treasury. There are bot projects out there. There are staking projects out there, and we're trying to get a piece of the pie of all those as well. Real legit blue stock trading, blue chip trading, not just the Ponzi-nomics that we're used to seeing in the DeFi sphere.
Right on. And if you and Stay High want to reach out to me, I'm actually in a really good bot project that's paying out really well with no Ponzi stuff. I can put you guys on, and then there's another hedge fund that I'm in that has pretty good returns as well. I can put you guys on with. If you're interested.
Yeah, definitely interested in hearing about that for sure.
Yeah.
Wise Choice Money. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with him.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah, I think
we know
heard of him.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Right?
I mean, he sends a message every day.
He's in our team as well.
Cool.
What's up? Well, that's cool.
That's
man.
good to know. Okay.
That's very good to know.
He does all the research on our passive income projects.
Okay.
He does all the deep diving on that. So I'll make sure he reaches out.
Yeah, definitely have him reach out to me because I have at least two that I can think of that I could put you guys on with that should be good for what you're trying to do, and they're legit projects. So
we appreciate that. Yeah,
man.
Was the team fully doxed?
and I felt the burn And for a while, I kind of got away from Discord for a while. A good 6 months, I was gone. December through to June. There were a few other projects that kind of tempted me back in with their honesty, and that. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I don't have a webcam. I'm using my.
Nah,
phone.
you're good, man.
It's funny. You said honesty, and your camera says, "Gotta get out of here." Gotta go. I'm just joking,
man.
Honesty and integrity is what it's all about. So, real projects, real money. That's what we're about.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Just for full disclosure, I didn't go to the bathroom, dude. I was closing a position. That
I knew you were, because the one that I was in tanked, and yours was the opposite of mine. So I'm like,
closing a position.
I knew you were doing that, dude, because I saw.
We were talking about it. If you were here on time, you would have known what we were talking about. And when we were talking, it hit, and I was like, "Oh."
I don't know if you can see that. That's New Zealand. That's the euro to the New Zealand dollar.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage the guy. All right.
Yeah.
You teach him a button and everybody gets banned. You know how this guy is. All right.
Yeah. You know what?
Tanked.
I think he's got to take a little timeout break.
But as soon as I saw that red candle, I'm like, I know Chris is closing his trade.
He's like, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Because I got the green candle. I was like, all right. I was like, well,
so all I want to know is are you taking me to lunch or not? That's all I want to know. Because the last time you did get on a trade, I think Greek got some almonds or something. I want to know what I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Greek
got some peanuts from Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, Greek got a whole steak dinner. What are you talking about?
Well, he didn't eat the whole thing.
He did.
What?
Where'd he put it?
Price is full.
Greek.
He walked out of there with steak in his pockets. Don't let him.
No. He didn't get like
a veggie steak.
Yeah,
he got a nice portion. And
we get a baby.
So he ordered off the kids menu,
like an 8 ounce or something, 6 ounce.
My son,
6 or 8.
My son got like a big, like an 8 ounce, and then he was like, "You gonna finish yours, Dad?"
Well, I go with the tomahawk.
Greek sat down, asked for the coloring page with the kids menu.
I hate to butt in. I hate to butt in.
Now
you're good, man.
Hold on, Terry. Let Todd speak. What's up, Todd?
51-year-old's bedtime.
You got to go to bed.
I need to go take a muscle relaxer. I don't know if you see me moving around. It's because I have a pinched nerve in my shoulder.
Oh, that's rough.
Holy,
not a sharp moment.
But before you go, Todd, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I learned a lot more about Ready, Set, Go just with you being on. Not that Wise Choice hasn't been doing a great job, because absolutely no idea he was part of the team. So I didn't know that until you said that. But he's doing a great job. No, but in all seriousness, so as far as doxing the team and all that stuff, obviously, if it hasn't already been asked, what does that look like? You're obviously here. Is the whole team doxed? Is it? I mean, what does that look like down the road? I mean,
the whole team's not doxed. There are plenty of projects where the whole team doxed and they still rug anyway, right?
And I'm not. This to me isn't like, oh, I'm not. It's not valid unless they dox. I'm just curious because because people are going to ask me about this project, and I want to be able to say no, they're not, but they're going to go, why is the question. So is it because I guess is the answer. The reasoning is because there are rugs that are doxed at rug, therefore we don't have to. I mean, it's true, right? But I will be asked. So
it's because crypto people are crazy.
The problem isn't the But I mean, to me, it doesn't. Yeah, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to look at the tokenomics. I'm going to look at the contract. The auditing. So at the end of the day, the problem isn't the tech; it's the people, right? So I'm going to look at the tech. How does the tech look? But there you go. Yeah, awkward silence is awkward.
I'm sorry, the tech?
No, I'm just saying that for me.
Technology.
Yeah, sorry.
The code. And
the code, the contract, the audits. So for me, what we've learned is
I got
the problem with crypto isn't the
security standpoint. From the security standpoint, Crazy Labs is our developer. They are doing an internal audit, which is where they're at now. They're finishing up on the internal audit. And then they are going to release it to us for outside validation. Obviously, they don't want to validate their own work. We were looking at Solidity. There's a couple of other options that have been thrown our way to look at. that's kind of where we're at right now with that.
Okay, fair enough. No, I appreciate that. You know,
Sure.
that's what I want to know.
Right
problem isn't the tech, it's the people, right? Which is why I'm always going to look at the tech, the contracts, the audits, right? I'm going to look at the code because that's really where the money shot is, right? That's where, if it's going to go bad, it's going to go bad. You got to be able to identify it in the code, so in the contract. So yeah, so that's my point on that. But yeah, it makes sense to me, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad you guys are taking the steps to get audited, and as that becomes available, we'll be able to see all that, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Sure.
in our Discord, we have a transparency channel, which Stay High likes to put all of our wallet addresses in there, all the transactions he makes, all that's in there. As we pay for different developments, that goes in there, and of course, once there's something for the public to see regarding an audit, that will be in there as well. A link to that. We're working on our NFT reward system. We have a multi-sig to hold our NFTs for that. All of the different passive incomes that we have. But even more important though is the NFT program that we have. That's what's going to make our program possible in the first place. We have 85 out of or roughly 85 out of 700 NFTs sold. If you own an NFT, there is 20% of the tax pool set aside for rewards for the NFT holders. So there's that benefit. Not to mention there's going to be benefits from our passive income wallet as we build that up. The NFT holders will all benefit from that, and there'll be options for our token holders as we get that figured out. So there's that as well.
Okay.
Pretty cool. So that transparency channel, that's going to be used for when you guys use your treasury wallet to make purchases or invest or whatever. You're going to use that transparency channel in Discord to post those transactions so people can see, hey, this is where we're spending money. I like that.
In fact, there's one. There goes my phone up the stand again.
You're good, man.
There was even a post just what time is it? 10:15 my time. There was even a post about 3 hours ago where Stay High made some payments on the project to the developer.
Wait. Yeah. Stay High is on the team too?
Stay High is the founder, my friend.
Yeah. Stay High is the one that was. What are you talking about?
Keep up.
I'm just a peon, brother.
I'm late, guys. I'm late. Well, I'm learning things. I'm learning.
Didn't he came on with us last week? You were even talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Stay High is the boss. He's the founder.
He posted it that they paid 1,000 BUSD was paid for development at 9.
I didn't know it was our Stay High, the guy that's hanging out in our chats. Hey, what's up, Stay?
To me, that's how it should be done. I got kicked out of another Discord that I put a bunch of money into where, they just took the money out of wallets and I'm asking where it is and I got kicked out of the Discord, So that's how it should be done. When the team spends money that was given to them by a community, the community should be aware of where that money is going and for what.
Yep.
So
it should be.
I
trust
like
me,
that.
bro. Yeah. No, that's right. Setting a standard, and at the end of the day,
just trust me. I'm paying for stuff. That doesn't fly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
awesome.
man. So when are we gonna get Stay High up here? And when you come back up here, Stay High? I'm asking him in the chat.
Yeah, I think he doesn't mind. He'll come in anytime. I think he wasn't available today.
Mind coming in today. Today he just had something going on today that really took all of his attention.
And I kind of hit him up at the last minute as well to say, hey, we're going.
Well,
live.
they did an AMA with Oliver in their Discord, and they were all on there. Even
Well, as Wise Choice said, they have a
Warhaven the other night.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a Prisma NFT from what I can see. So
yeah. We'll dangle that one out there for all of you who are in the know about the Prisma 1 NFTs. We have one in our treasure. Yes, we do.
Cool. Yeah, I bought like 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the with Matt and all that type of stuff, and Oliver and all them. It's heavily community driven with all these intertwining with all these different projects. It's great.
It's good to know. It's good to know. Now, are you guys have any plans of migrating to any other blockchains at any point? Or are you guys just going to stay on BSC?
We haven't really talked anything about that. You know, I don't want to go too deep into it because I prefer Stay High to talk about it.
Fair enough.
We have plans to go to a real brick and mortar establishment. Like I said, I don't want to go too much into detail of what that is. Stay High has the final approval on releasing that alpha, but there is a real life brick and mortar application we're trying to put into effect. So yeah, cool. Real life translations here. It's not just Ponzi. It's real.
That's cool. Very cool.
I'm digging it, man.
Yeah, they're doing great work over there.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I know you said you had to go, so we don't want to keep you too much longer. I'm not staying on here too much longer. My damn self.
It has nothing to do with your guys' company. I love you guys.
Nah, you're good, man, and you guys are always welcome. I'll definitely reach out to Stay High, and we'll set something up where maybe we'll do just an AMA with him. You know, I'll get these guys together, and we can just sit here and talk all things Ready, Set, Go. Yeah.
Wait. Now, just before you go, Todd, what is Kiwi's role in it? Did Kiwi do a lot of development, or?
Well, Kiwi's behind Crazy Labs. Kiwi and Rail.
He
what up, Kiwi? What up, Kiwi?
Yeah.
What was that, Todd? I don't know why everybody's answering for Todd.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Kiwi's company is Labs. They're our principal developer.
Nice.
You know, and Kiwi has a token of his own, so he's offered a lot of mentorship in getting started up.
Yeah, that's what I saw him come in, and I was like, I know that you guys had talked about it before. You guys, I think one of the things that I like about Ready, Set, Go is that you guys keep everybody well informed. So I think you guys are doing awesome over there. So, but I saw Kiwi enter, and I was like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, Kiwi's my kind of asshole too.
Yeah.
I think he prefers to be called that. Isn't that right?
An asshole of NR's is an asshole of mine. I know that sounds dirty, but I mean well.
What's up, John? I have not seen you in a while, buddy. How you been?
All right, guys. I got to bounce, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, all right, buddy.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Terry.
Hey, thanks for talking all that time. You were muted and everything. That was cool.
Oh, I didn't know I was muted. I kept talking. And then NR private chat.
I have my screen off, but I was watching you. I was going to text you, like, dude, turn your mic on.
I hit him up in the chat. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good, brother.
I'm glad to join you guys regardless. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Take care.
All right, see you guys later, man. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks again for having us. RSG, thank you for the time. And hopefully we'll do some more again soon.
Sounds like a plan, brother.
Thanks for coming by, Todd.
Yeah, right. We'll definitely set up just an AMA, have you guys on here and talk all things Ready, Set, Go.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, good night.
Todd. Thanks, man.
Take care. That's rough, man. I've had that shoulder thing, man. That's rough. I know that. Whew.
Looks like Kiwi's talking to you there. No Lane's calling you sweetheart again. We talked about that.
Kiwi's good people.
You got a couple of stars. What is that?
That Ready, Set, Go sounds pretty interesting.
Cool, man. Yeah, I like that.
Pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have to get it. Wise Choice said he hit me up with some DMs, so I have to send that stuff over to him. And Wise Choice, probably what I'll do, man, I'll probably just invite you over to the communities, and if you have any questions, kind of take it from there.
I'll take that Wise Choice money. I'll put it in everybody's chat, so you don't have to go run around to everybody.
Right on.
Going good, Kiwi. It's going good. I hear nothing but good things about Kiwi, so I guess it's going good for you too, buddy.
Right on. How's that car coming along, Kiwi? How's that engine build?
What did you guys see the two-parter? There's 2 starred questions up here or comments up here.
Bring them up. I saw Robert say something there earlier.
Did we bring them up? Both of them up? Is that the end of it there?
Yeah, rock with it, man.
So Robert says, I hope you're doing well, Robert. If you need anything, let us know. 2-parter, Kryptonian leaps tall buildings like Superman. Oh, do you really have to be stroking his ego?
I mean, bro, I do that without a cape.
NR Legend writes books the best he can. Crypto Terry, always on point and always has a smile. I know that is kind of annoying about Terry. I mean, you could bring him bad news and he's like, I know it's terrible, isn't it? And okay, Chris, you'd go the extra mile. Oh, and where was you didn't start?
Not actually a mile, but you know.
I didn't see where did you not start the second? It says a 2-parter. I only see the one there.
I didn't star it, so
yeah, I thought you guys did. I was just bringing it up because I didn't want that. That's a military mile. Is that what you said? Whatever. Wise choice money. I think it's great that you're muted.
No, I don't like that. I said he's calling a spade, and you didn't actually go a mile. I mean, you went to the restroom.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I have not gone to the restroom at all. I was closing that trade, and then my son was talking to me. That was it. I was sitting here the whole time, which I do have to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna wait.
Now you're like, I'm gonna hold it, damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it now.
You're gonna get a UTI, man. Don't do that.
You guys do rock. Now that's my team. When you need a shoulder on them, you can lean. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool statement there.
Hey, thanks, Robert. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
And then you start another one. Here's it's super awesome how the last 2 pages of every Chevy's owner manual is so useful. Having the bus schedule is a must. Listen, 7 C's, you need to stop. That's uncalled for, man. And that's
it depends. Yeah,
that's
if you own a Chevy
man,
from the years of 80 to like maybe 99, maybe. But 2000 plus has been pretty good.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've had Chevys like old. I've always had a Chevy Silverado or a GMC something, and they've always run really well for me. And I actually have missed them when I sold them or gave them to people or whatever.
I think you should take note, Chris, because sometimes when someone gives you a tip, you should follow it. You know what I mean?
What do you?
Kiwi says, if I was there, I would have a bottle under the desk. Piss, because I'm a machine. So what he's saying is, there's no need for you to get up. There's no need for you to get up, bro.
Chris has a big golf cup. Remember, he's got the big golf cup.
You got the big old Stan. Chris has a big Stanley.
Right, he's got the Stanley.
Now you guys don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's funny.
It's a big Stanley, man. That's a funny man.
The Stanley.
That's funny. All right, so Kryptonian, what kind of conspiracy theories we're going to get into tonight?
Man, look, a couple things. We already know we didn't go to the moon. I want to know what you guys think of this whole alien narrative now. Now that the Pentagon, the government, the media is now covering it. What is your thoughts on that? Because anytime the media and the government are in agreement, all right, something's afoot. So I want to know what your thoughts are.
I think it's a bunch of crap, and I think they've been around forever. So I think they're aliens, whether we think they're from a different planet or not, whatever, they're alien to us, whatever. I think it is what it is.
Do you think they're extraterrestrial or terrestrial? Like extraterrestrial meaning
my whole thing with extraterrestrial would be like you'd have to sit here and think about it for a minute. Be like, why in the world? And if they got some type of traveling system that doesn't make it that long or whatever, but why would they come here? It goes back to my thing of as a society. If you look back through history, we are all so arrogant to think that we are it. I mean, patent office, perfect example. In like the late 1800s, they literally wanted to do away with it because they thought everything had been invented. You know, every generation thinks they're so much more advanced than the previous ones, and then a few generations from now, they'll be looking back, going, "Look at you, goofballs! What you know?" So with all that, my thing is, got a damn coyote, man.
That you got a coyote? Damn, freaking Davy Crockett. I mean, we got poodles in Texas.
They're out there. They're and the dog's going crazy now.
He's pissing off your dogs.
Yeah, but bottom line is
that's the government.
We
bro.
all
They're
think
like shut him down.
Yeah,
shut him down.
He's gonna. But the bad thing about him, man, is he won't stop. He'll run that thing down. He gets. But anyway, I think he'll be okay now. But what was I saying? Oh, I mean, everybody thinks like they're it. In a few generations, they're gonna be. So my point is like, why would they come here? Seriously, why would they come here? And if they are extraterrestrial, right, and they've come here and everything like that, why are they hiding? You know what I mean? Like, why? I'd just be like, hey, we're from a different part of the solar system. We're here, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just don't get it. Like, why would it be such a big secret? Why would they even come here? And honestly, who really gives a crap? You know, unless they're coming here to vaporize all of us. And
I don't subscribe to that they're here to help us, to keep us from destroying our planet. You know, they see us have nuclear weapons, so they're trying to, you know, protect us or protect the planet. Blah blah. I don't believe in that crap. You know, my whole thing. I was watching this channel, as this YouTube channel someone sent to me, and it was very interesting. God, it had to be damn near 5 hours long. I didn't watch it all, but I was watching most of it over the last few days, and I'll send it to you guys so you guys can take a look. But they were actually showing photographs of like the 1800s, you know, the early 1900s, and there were pictures of cities like of Russia, places in the U.S., places around the world, and they were actually like kind of panoramic pictures of cities, right? And just the amazing architecture. If you think about Russia, and they have the big castle-like, dome-like, you know, I'm talking about that, the cathedral type buildings built back in the 1800s, supposedly, yet they didn't have power tools back then, you know, and the technology that we couldn't build that stuff today. But my point is, they have these pictures that they were showing from the 1800s. Supposedly they were from that time period, I guess. What really blew my mind was that in these photos, there was like no people in these photos. They're like ghost towns. Like, how did they coordinate cities? Say, everybody stay in because we're going to take a photo. And you think about a panoramic. If you guys remember in high school when they would do a panoramic video, a photo of everybody in the class, you know, they kind of pan. Everybody had to remain still. It took a few minutes, you know. So now they're taking just a wide shot of an entire city that you can see 20 miles that way, 20 miles that way. Just not a life in sight. How did they coordinate that before they had internet, cell phones, text messaging, telephone, bullhorns? My point I'm making, there's multiple photos like that throughout history. It's almost as if there was some sort of reset. There were no people. And then people were like in the 1900s showed up. Oh, here's another thing. In those cities where they have these major cathedrals and these amazing castles and all these things, the streets are all mud. It's like, and then all of a sudden you have pictures of people in the early 1900s, late 1800s. Their photos are of them clearing the mud out. So I'm like going, first of all, supposedly we didn't have the technology to build things like that back then. We can't even build it now, right? I can't even get a roof that lasts 10 years, you know, but they're building buildings back then are still standing today, right? The point I'm making is I think that they're hiding a lot of information from us. I think.
Yeah, but the whole thing is okay, let's say
like who's they? I mean, I can get into that,
but who cares? But that's my whole thing is like, okay, my whole thing is they whenever they want you to concentrate on something, anybody and anything, don't concentrate on that. Don't buy into other people's tricks, man. You know, keep your eyes open on other things. They want you over here. They want you there for a reason. Don't go over there for a reason. You go this way. You don't go. You don't.
Well, exactly. That's my point. Whenever the media, the mainstream media,
yeah,
and the government are in sync with the same talking points.
Yeah, but they're always in sync.
They're not always.
They're always.
Well, they are always in sync. I mean, they are obviously pushing an agenda. But what I'm talking about when they start pushing something, right? When we know damn well there's something else going on. I mean, we can talk about just the horrific, the absolute train wreck of the Biden administration and the pro quo, the pro quo and all the criminal activity that he and his family has been taking place in with China and all these things and the Ukraine. With all that happening, now they're pushing aliens, right? They're trying. It's like focus on the aliens because we're about to steal another election from you. Is how I see it.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why that's coming up is that really bad cold that everybody's going to get real soon. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's due. Right. It's due,
about a year from now.
Yeah.
Will be.
It's actually we call it we call it Fluvid-19 is what we like to call it, man. So
that is what the issue is. I think that there's so many things that are going on and everything like that, and you can complain about Biden, you can complain about the administrations, but honestly, I think it's what Trump was talking about when he was running, and we hope that he would take care of, but it's the swamp, man. It's all that stuff up there, man. The things that they do.
Yeah, man.
The fact that it's not a
two-party system.
I've been in war-torn countries, dude. I have been there, right? I have sympathy for certain countries, but there is no way that we should be spending that money that we're spending now, man. There's absolutely no way. And that is a racket that you cannot believe. I saw this video, and I don't think I saved it for you, but I was actually talking to Terry about it. I saw this video where that country that we're sending all that money to, they've taken over the media. The government has got the media and all, shut everything down, patricide, they're not doing elections, all that kind of stuff. So they were actually showed that person at the UN doing their speech, and the state media wanted to make it look like they had more of a crowd there. So they inserted a crowd. And on the live video, they showed the live video of it. He's sitting in the crowd. You pause it and you zoom in, and he's like sitting in like the third row. But he's also on the stage speaking. And it's like,
wow.
and they saw it. People saw it, and they were like, oh, something must be wrong with this video. It goes to the wrong time frame or something. It's like, really? You think it wasn't like they made it look a certain way? Right. Because the deal was that a lot of people did not participate in his speech. So it was like,
well, we already know that,
Yeah, but the state media there, and it's like they got the video and they showed it and all that, and it's like, okay, well, but this is something that my generation, and I know that I'm way older than you, Kryptonian, so I'll cut you off before you say anything about my age. But my generation,
Chris did write a book, the Bible.
Yeah, actually, I didn't write it. I was
like straight up hardback.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Now they're going to get on the subject, and they're like, there was Eve and Chris.
Right.
That's enough.
Adam was Chris's child.
Actually, back on the Adam and Eve, that talking about the Bible and stuff. This is, I think this is relative, but talking about the Bible. You hear the stories of how Eve was created from, Adam's rib, right? So
one rib.
Yeah. So, but actually, if you understand the science of DNA, it's not rib, it's ribosome. I believe is what it's actually called, which is one of the proteins in the DNA. It's crazy when you look at if you actually look at what that statement means. It wasn't like God took a rib out and broke it and broke dirt, and there's Eve. It's talking about the DNA. Like Eve is from the DNA of Adam, because Adam supposedly, if he was the first human created. If you subscribe to that, God liked it, right? That's a story. And he said, that worked. I like the way this is. I like this formula. Then I'm going to take some of this DNA. Now we're going to make a woman, which is Eve. But anyway, so going into DNA, I mean, it's just crazy. And this is actually that video I was watching. He goes into that stuff. It's crazy, the stuff about our history that we're not taught. And I'm not talking 2 million years ago, 2000. I'm talking 300 years ago. It's not what you think it is when you actually look into it. But anyways, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying my generation is like, well, obviously Wise Choice Money is super intelligent. We just want to get that out there right now. Stating this comment, obviously. Yeah. And the coyote has left the area.
Right.
But back to Gus Navarro's comment, none. I didn't get any. I'm not going to have anything to do with that.
I never got that, man, ever.
But my generation, this is our issue that we have. We've been listening to the media our whole entire lives. And there was only the 6 o'clock news and stuff like that. And we'd all watch it here and there. But all of them could have been lying to us too. So, I mean, our whole history and everything like that, it's like, I mean, what tells you, when did the media start really BSing us the way they do? And they're obvious about it. It's not something that's like, well, they might have gotten that wrong. No, I watched it the other day. I watched an interview on CNN that had a lady on there interviewing Matt Gaetz from Florida. And Matt Gaetz is my congressman in Florida when I'm down there. So I pay attention to his stuff and everything like that. She called him out on voting a certain way, and he corrected her and was like, no, I didn't vote like that. And she got like upset and ended the interview and everything. And it was like, okay, well, I mean, they all have this narrative, and it's on all sides. So don't think it's like just,
it definitely is. And unfortunately, Chris, I think that kind of changed at some point with social media because it became about who's first and not who's right.
That's right.
Remember that Denzel Washington?
It definitely became about who's first, and then we'll worry if we're not right. We'll just.
But I don't even think it's that anymore. It might have been that years ago. Nowadays, I know that they're straight up BSing people.
Yeah.
They're not telling the whole story. They're like,
I think that's the point when it pivoted is when social media started becoming popular, and they rushed to be first. Everyone rushed to be first. I think that's that time because I can remember. The news, and I assume they were just reporting facts, but it always seemed like they would just stick to the facts.
Yeah. Well, I saw that just the other day I saw this headline that Biden falls down steps of Air Force One. And I'm like, what? Holy shit. This guy's kind of old.
Right.
He didn't fall down the steps. Yeah. He kind of lost his balance a little bit, but I would be I think my 18-year-old son would do the same.
Well, now everybody uses those clickbait titles.
And it's like, okay, I'm not defending him or anything like that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, let's be accurate.
Actually, Teddy One's spot on there. Yep.
So how long would you say you've actually been in love with Joe Biden, Chris?
I haven't been, and that's Obama. What Teddy's talking about, and that kind of pissed me off.
I'm just following up on your last statement about him not actually falling. So how long would you say you've actually been in a relationship with Hunter?
Hunter. Oh my God. Could you imagine my children,
dude,
the way that they would treat me if I was friends with Hunter Biden?
I personally, when I was younger, just would have liked to have partied with him one night. Just one night.
Dude.
Because everything goes and you won't get arrested. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude throws down.
My daughters would be they would be like, no, you are in so much trouble. My daughters are like, what'd you do here? What'd you do there? I'm like, oh God. They're all watching me. There's no way I
cell phones with cameras when I was growing up, man.
Yeah, thank God. I ran across some pictures of when I was in the Persian Gulf, and like they're just really tough pictures. It was like someone got they got those disposable cameras and everything that you like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And they came out really bad.
They still sell those, actually.
they're like, "This is you, Dad?" I'm like standing there with like a camel, and I'm in my camos and everything like that. And there's like a camel right there, and there's like we had our food and we were feeding the camel and everything. But they're like, "This is you," and I'm like, "Well, yeah." But
It's like
it's a different time than back then. I mean, everywhere I went and everything I did, you didn't have to worry about. You didn't have cell phones, you didn't have cameras there, you didn't have cameras weren't in buildings everywhere you went and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like I thought when I was younger and I heard about that, like having be like a watch that you could talk to, all that kind of stuff, all those things that we thought that would be in the future, Gen Z, we were like, oh, it's going to be really cool. But I thought the world would be a much safer place, not a 1984-ish, Big Brother watching you, more like people would be more safe. And it seems like the world is not as safe as it was. I mean, because nobody was kidnapping us. Nobody was like doing. I mean, children are going missing all the time, and it's like in record numbers. And it's like nobody was. We were out hanging out. I mean, I remember hitchhiking down to the downtown.
Down
and
to the creek.
Like, yeah, we go to the creek. Yeah, is that
to the
that's
creek?
how I say it? Now, are you making fun of me?
Nope, not making funny at all.
I think I saw a video of you actually walking to the creek. I think maybe it was you and some little boy. You were whistling. What was that? Oh, that was the Andy Griffith intro. I'm sorry.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Hey, man, I love that show, man.
I know.
That's my TV.
It's the creek, man. We used to go down there and you just get crawdads. We get crawdads down there. I mean, you just go down there.
Crawdads? We call it crawfish here, and apparently people love it down here. It's gross.
No, that's crawfish and crawdads are totally different.
I know. I'm joking. They're not.
Just go down there. You go down there and you just go down the rocks in the creek and you just pick them up. They'd be right there, and you pick them up with your hand, put them in there. We use them for bait, and then we go fish for catfish, stuff like that. That's how we used to do it.
Good old days, man. Good old days.
Mm-hmm. And we'd make fishing poles out of sticks and stuff like that.
Now, if I try to go fish anywhere in Texas, I'm gonna get arrested if I don't have a fishing license. It's like,
did you know that? I don't mean to interrupt you, and I keep talking, but do you know that it's illegal to collect rainwater in like 8 states in the United States?
Yeah, unless you pay that rain tax.
It's illegal for that, dude. We used to drink that stuff.
Why is that? Because you know what it is, because you're going to take it to a lab, you're going to realize there's something else, chemtrails was going to happen. And we're like, whoa, we don't need nobody figuring this shit out. Put that water down and step away from the bucket. That's what that's about. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was a different world back then. I mean, we'd be gone all day. Remember, you said this one time, it brought back memories to me. Remember at 10 o'clock at night, they'd be like, do you know where your kids are? Damn right. Yeah. We're outside. The lights are,
Yep.
Yeah.
We were only allowed to be out when it got dark. They turned the light on the house and you have to come home. But then you ask for some more time. But we could go out and we had a street light, a telephone pole down a little bit, and it had a street light on. I was the only one on that whole area.
Light came on, time to go home, right?
Yeah, but we could go out and we could hang out and sit underneath that. And the funny part about it is it was like all super secretive, but all the dads would come out there with beers and be drinking their cigarettes and smoking their cigarettes and drinking beer and hanging out with us at the same time. We'd be like, it ain't like we're going anywhere. Parents are right here. But
right.
Dude, God, you Uncle Jesse would. Imagine, bro. Okay. You need to freaking wear some overalls, bro. Straight up, okay? I want to see some overalls.
I ain't ever wore
Dude,
overalls.
You are Uncle Jesse, bro. Yeah, I love the Dukes of Hazzards, man. I love that show, dude. That was a good one, John. Good one, bro. Man, but I remember being able to be out all night. I mean, we used to play baseball until the bats were out flying around so late at night, like physical bats, like it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
In Texas. Yeah.
But we have them where I grew up.
Yeah, it was just like, I was like, oh, look, there's bats. It'd be funny,
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you got mosquitoes and and all the Karens go home. Anyways, it's crazy how things are definitely changed now, especially now that we have all the surveillance. You would think we'd be much safer. No, we're not. It's all about social credit at this point. They're trying to get everybody's facial recognition and all those things. They're trying to, think we were talking about AI last night. If you remember the conversation we were having, Chris, talking about AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, what the hell? Where
and having it on and we're talking about the person we were talking to. They were speaking to AI and having it on a decentralized platform, one of those things. Because currently AI is currently GPT chat, right? That's currently going to be on a centralized server, centralized.
Yep.
It's centrally controlled.
I like this one. Look at that comment.
Mm-hmm. He is the world's most interesting man.
Yeah.
I don't normally interrupt, but when I do,
John, you know what? I'm glad you're back, but I'm gonna bring up Teddy ones also. So does that make you Bo and Luke?
Well, it sure doesn't make me Daisy. Yeah, I'll tell you that right now.
You're looking like Daisy to me now.
Bro, how much whiskey you drinking over there, baby?
No, I'm just saying I'm Uncle Jesse, and you're looking like my what is she?
You just said I look like
granddaughter.
I don't know, his granddaughter or whatever. Yeah, I mean, technically, I think I would be Bo. I'm the brunette in the relationship,
No, Bo was blonde hair.
Was he?
Yeah,
Luke was
the dark hair.
Yeah.
Luke was Tom Wopat.
Yep.
Yeah. No, Duke Sasha was cool, man. I love
Bo
that show,
was
that was
John
a bad
Snyder
show.
Yeah, you see, John Snyder's still. I mean, both of them are pretty active.
Mm-hmm.
They still.
Yeah. I like John Snyder, man. I think he's a great actor. Obviously he was in Smallville, Superman. I love that stuff. So, but I've been following his career. I like him. I like him personally. I think he's a good guy, man. I love his politics. He's pretty down, middle of the road, conservative, if you will. So that's what I am. So, sorry, Chris. I know it offends you, but
what offends me?
That I didn't say your pronouns or whatever it was.
Oh, you guys we brought up the shot earlier. I actually have a friend, whose mom's in the hospital, and they said it was caused by the shot. She actually has a blood clot in her lung, and they said it was from the shot. Yep. They came out and told her that, like, we believe it's from you getting the vaccine.
My dad has had open heart surgery.
Yeah.
He's had multiple stents in the last 10 years. He's on warfarin, for blood. And
she's on blood thinners and has a blood clot.
And he's staying with me, as you guys know. And right. I remember when COVID hit, he just came out of getting his stent replaced or something.
It's a Lambo.
805 horsepower. Damn. And he and his doctor, his cardiologist, told him, do not get the shot. Said, no, don't get it. He's like, why should I get it? Everyone's saying you should get it. He goes, no, don't get it. You got a heart condition. So what did that cardiologist know? Who's one of the leading cardiologists in the Houston Medical Center. If you guys know about Houston, our medical center is the shit. Okay, everybody from all over the world comes here because we got some of the best cardiologists, and brain surgeons and children or pediatricians and
we don't have Johns Hopkins here or anything.
Yeah. Right. So you know what I mean, man.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, we don't help kids here, but but when it comes to our medical center, we have great doctors here, and this guy tells my dad, who's been his doctor for 10 plus years, don't get the shot.
Yeah,
and even today,
in that field and
in the field,
and is an expert, right?
It's an expert, and till this day, my dad has never got one. He's gotten COVID twice, right? Still ticking, He ended up getting the shingles. That's what took him down. That damn, the shingles took him down.
Yeah,
the nerve pain. But thank God he never got the shot. I mean, because you're hearing like what you're telling me, NR. I mean, had he got it, I think it probably would have taken him out, man. Would had all kinds of heart issues or whatever. I never got the shot, never will.
It's crazy, man.
I would never take a vaccine that was developed in 6 months. The flu has been around, the COVID has been around for, I don't know, 50 years, 100 years, whatever it is. They still don't have AIDS has been around, since the 80s. 70s. They still don't have a vaccine or a cure. But
now you can suppress the hell out of it to where it won't show up on a test.
Now you guys need to go back. You're not old enough.
But Magic Johnson beat it.
You guys aren't old enough for this. And like I said this before, you got
a Magic Johnson, bro.
You got to watch that movie, Dallas Buyers Club, dude.
Oh, I love that movie, man. That was great movie.
Because if I was alive during that, and the bad guy in that show,
you're still alive, bro,
is Fauci.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing that, and you can look this up because he's young, he's got dark hair and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's doing an interview, and he's outside somewhere, and they're doing an interview with him, and he said that they are worried now that if you are in the same room, breathing the same air with someone that has AIDS, you potentially could get it.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
My position was, back then, the Gen Z gay community that were coming out, they turned out to be heroes, man, because they went against all the odds, and they were coming out, and their families were disowning them and everything like that, and they were healing. And that point, they were healing, and they were like, they weren't allowed to come to family functions. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
You sound familiar? So
Yeah,
they couldn't come to family functions. Nobody wanted, and then they started working that out. And then that dude, that disgusting human being, said that, and then all started all over again. And then when I saw him up there with Trump, I was like, that whatever that guy says, I will never do. Period.
Yeah.
Never. Because I'm old enough to remember what he did to that.
It's funny how it repeats itself like that too.
If you actually look into,
you go back and look at what they did to the gay community back then.
Yeah.
They took that carbon copy
agenda, and they applied it to the world with COVID.
Fauci's like, I got this. I did it before.
You go back and do that research. Go watch the videos. Go watch his interviews and what they were saying.
There was a scientist, talking about how. Remember, they were talking about him. What was it for? What was he going through the kind of the questioning in Congress for with the rDNA and the what were they doing to the virus? They were making it. They were changing. What's that term called? Anyways,
gain of function.
Mutating.
Oh, gain of function. Gain of function. Yeah. When he was being asked about the gain of function, and did you guys fund it? No, we didn't do that. No, we didn't do that. Well, when all that stuff was happening, there were some stories that came out, like the kind of his history started coming to the surface. Y'all guys, if you guys were only watching mainstream media and CNN and Fox News, you're not going to hear about it. Okay. You got to really open your mind and open your ears. But there was a lady that came out. Basically what happened is Fauci and his organization, his companies, they own the patents on most every vaccine that comes out. So what happens is they figure out what the cure is. He comes in. This is how freaking corrupt it is. They'll go to this is in the name of science. This is pseudoscience to me. That's what I hate about science. About how I don't hate science, but this is what I hate, how science is subjective in a sense where scientists are going to basically go where the money is. So it's basically what's happening is with COVID, not COVID, but AIDS specifically. When the AIDS virus hit, and it was out there, HIV, they basically put out a, hey, we're looking for studies to see if they can actually find a cure for this thing. Right. So they send this out to all the colleges and the institutions. And there was a lady or a young scientist that figured out a cure or a way to stop this thing in its tracks. Okay. She writes a paper on it, brings it to Fauci. And remember, she's working for an institution, a college, some sort. It's all donations and government funded. He comes in and says, and I'm kind of giving a rough shot of the story, but I'm probably missing some details. But in a nutshell, what happens is he comes in and says, yeah, bring me your findings. Let me take a look at your paper. Let's see what we can do with this. He looks at it, and she basically says, I can stop this thing in its tracks. So he takes it, he shelves it. Okay. And he then makes a patent on takes it. And I think he files a patent on it, takes her research, takes ownership of it, right? Never releases it. And then AIDS is still here. He then begins to dismantle her career, sue her. She's like, hey, I have a cure. She starts kind of like whistleblowing. Hey, I have a cure. He has it. He literally, not just him, but the institutions shut her down, ruined her life. This is who Trump brought. This is the issue I have with Trump. I'm a Trumper, right? I love Trump. I love what he was trying to do, right? He didn't do shit, but I like what he was saying, right? But that he had that guy Fauci up there. I'm like, man, I mean, if you got to know the history of this guy, and you're right, Chris, he was doing the same playbook. I have friends that couldn't go to their freaking funerals of their family, their parents. They were taking care of them until they were in their 90s. Parents got COVID, died, whatever. They couldn't even see them in their last few breaths. This to me is the most disgusting thing a human being can do. Another human, I mean, there are other things, but to deprive someone of their loved one and saying goodbye is just evil to its core. And then of course, I would say the only thing that would trump that, pun intended, would be, the sex trafficking and all those types of things, the horrific crimes against children. Yeah. But anyway, so I think what I'm saying is, I believe there's going to be another run of this thing, right around the first of the year. It's going to be another pandemic or whatever you want to call it, and they're going to try to push this narrative. But what I love is that people are waking up. It doesn't mean that everyone's woken up. You're still going to have those in the population that they're kind of they've already drank the Kool-Aid, man. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm sorry to cut you off, but look at John, man. He's down from 309 pounds to 265.
Good for you, man. Keep it up.
Man, good job, man.
Yeah, man.
Job.
Awesome. Yeah. Get your butt to bed, man, so you can get up and get there. That's awesome. I'm very proud of you. Keep us up to date on that, man. That would be awesome to see like that story.
Yeah, dude, for real, man. I love to see that, man.
I hate to interrupt you, but he said you got to go.
No, that's some good positive news, because to be able to do that, all right, that is straight up mental,
and the
mental strength it takes to tell your body
discipline.
That takes for a 150 pound person to lose 5-10 pounds. I mean, it's like, don't eat that cheeseburger,
Yeah, exactly.
But you can work that up. But 309 pounds, that's a lot of weight to be moving.
Yeah.
That's not like, and to get to 265, man, that's tough. Man. That's tough.
And the quality of life is definitely going to shoot through the roof, man. I wish you all, Godspeed on that. Good job, man, for finally being sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. At the end of the day, it's tough. It's a tough journey, man, to go to get. It's easy to get there, but it's tougher to turn back, man. So good job on you, John. Good job.
Hey, I didn't know, Teddy. I did not know this story about you didn't get to see your mom.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. That's crazy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I have a couple of friends, really close friends, that today they're still. I mean, it really literally messed them up mentally. Like they're not the same people anymore. They just couldn't believe that. And understandably, they all got the shot. Okay, all of them got the shot. Okay, triple boosted. Okay,
it was never even an option for us. We were like,
they all drink the blue Kool-Aid, man. They're all liberals or whatever. And this happened, and they're like, they can't believe. They're like, we were told if we got the shots, we'd be okay. And then my because his parents were, it was his dad. His dad was in a home, and then COVID hit. He brought him to his house, and then they all got the shots. They'll be fine. Then he got COVID, and then of course he couldn't see him. He's not been the same. I mean, he's going through all kinds of like just emotional turmoil. And so Teddy, man, I'm sorry, man. I pray that you find peace with that, man. At the end of the day, I will tell you this though, karma's a bitch, and the people that push that evil on their fellow men and men and children, women, whatever, there is a reckoning. So just take peace in that, man. There will be a reckoning.
Yeah, Teddy, but there's lots of stories out there, man, and people are just now starting to talk about it because they were afraid to talk about it. They were
be censored and shut down,
and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it was like, I mean, one of my daughters said to me about a month ago, they were like, because there was some type of report saying something about ivermectin and all that kind of stuff back when, remember, it wasn't. That's horse paste and all that kind of stuff.
I took it. I got COVID. I took it one day, bro. It was
well. You know why that came about, right?
Yeah.
So that ivermectin, they had to basically delegitimize something that won a Nobel Peace Prize for saving so many people.
I remember when Right. I remember when Trump
Well, they
came out.
couldn't get the emergency use authorization if that was around, and that's why they had to do that. And you had celebrities out there doing that stuff. They show those videos all the time. And my daughter said to me, she was like, she was watching something or whatever, and she was like, "You called it." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, when we came home and told you that they weren't going to have us at school anymore because of that, and you said, I don't know why they're getting so upset about a damn cold, you know. And I mean then did you see that report that just came out that that even shocked me that people were like upset about it. So they came out and they said that they had been reporting the COVID things incorrectly, like what they were showing up on CNN and everything like that, you know, how many people had died from it. And they were saying that they were counting people that clearly died from other reasons but had COVID. So if you had COVID, you were dying. And it was like, and people were like, "See, look at that. It was all manipulated." It's like,
did you know hospitals got paid like $20-something thousand
but the lady
to put cause of death COVID. Did you know doctors would get to give tests for COVID? Right. Yeah. 10,000, 15,000 a test.
The lady in Michigan, and I'd have to look it up. It was in Michigan. I think it was Detroit, but they're having a news conference. She explains it. And she does this very early on. And it was a viral video. And she says that even if you didn't die from COVID and you had it at the time, we were going to count you as a COVID death. And she said, and she's explained that to everybody. And it was like at the very beginning. So when they came out with this report a couple of weeks ago, I was like, yeah, they were telling us that whole time. But they were telling us that, but they were manipulating it to be like, look at how many people died of COVID. Well, if you die in a motorcycle accident and you had COVID, and then now, and another thing I saw is that they're having trouble. Doctors now are having trouble making the difference between COVID and the common cold.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Because COVID is the same makeup of the same virus as a cold. You know, Gus says we can't judge anyone for taking the shot. It was a scary time. You're absolutely. I don't judge people for taking the shot. Yeah. I judge the people that push the lie, the media, the government. It
scared people into taking it.
Yeah. The people that took the shot, they're not. It's not like they were just, you know, they were making life-changing decisions based on the information presented to them.
Right.
And this is the challenge I have with with the media, the news, and the appeal to authority. You know, like Chris says, you know, we've been watching the news all these years, and you know, like they could have been lying to us back then. Well, you know, you got people that have been trusting they're you know, they're in their middle aged or maybe even younger. Things are good in life. They're getting scared the hell out of them. You know, like, oh my God, if you're in the same room as somebody, you know, even with 5 masks, you're going to get it and die. I mean, no one wants to die, right? So of course they're going to get the shot and get the boosters or whatever. But the problem I have is not with them doing that. It's the people that pushed it. And if you didn't get it, the people that shamed you for not getting it. Because I remember, I was shamed. I literally lost friends over this because I wouldn't get it. And I wasn't outspoken until I jumped on YouTube, obviously. I mean, I would just say, I'm not getting it. Well, oh my God. Well, you can't be hanging out with us, man. I don't want you around my kids or whatever. I'm like, okay, you know, but they still continues. They still, you know, they're all boosted up, you know, all 7 of them, and they all got, you know, 7 boosters each. So they're like, you know, I've had COVID once, you know, ivermectin killed it like that. You know, I found these doctors online from Dallas that I found on, I think it was on YouTube. They were basically saying, look, don't get the shots. We have something that can actually cure it, whatever, or kill it, or, you know, treat it. I reached out to them. I got me my medicine, and the next day I killed it, man. I killed it. Like, you know, I didn't have COVID anymore. So the point is I'm making, guys, is I don't judge anybody for getting the shot. I don't need to judge anybody. History will judge those that push that lie, you know, at the end of the day. And we know what we're talking about. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And guys, I got to travel in the morning, so it's 11 here.
Yeah. Oh man.
I still got to pack. So I'm a last minute dude. I just got a couple pair of shorts and stuff.
We're about to call it too, man.
But yeah, I gotta jump off here, guys. So always a pleasure. Appreciate you guys. check out my book link, guys. You know,
Yes,
give me a little
sir.
support. I appreciate you guys.
Throw that link back up there, man.
I gotta find it.
I'm on the list already.
I appreciate that. So yeah, the Kindle version comes out on the 30th. You can get the paperback right now, and the audiobook should be out hopefully within the next 5 to 10 days.
Wait, you can get the paperback?
Yeah, you can get the paperback right now, or you can get on the wait list or whatever for the Kindle version, which is a little bit cheaper actually because it's digital.
I just thought that link was for the only thing that
No,
was
I think they got both, so I don't know.
No, because when I hit the link, it took me there and it said, "Congratulations, you're there."
Gotcha.
I was like, okay,
yeah.
But I didn't know if it was.
Yeah, you actually once you're on the link, once you're there, you can actually like pick which one you want. I believe like Kindle or paperback. The paperback is available actually right now. So here I'll throw
it just. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so the Kindle is okay.
There you go. So here I'll throw another link
paperback.
up there.
I'm not a big fan of paperback, but I guess I'll be.
Yeah, the hardback. I'm still formatting the cover for it. It's like it's weird the way you got to make it work. But so yeah, I'm gonna do the hardback, and then I'm an audiobook guy, so I definitely had it made into an audiobook. So I got it. But anyway, yeah, I got to jump off here, gentlemen. I'm sure you guys will wrap it up. And
yeah, we're about to wrap it up. Safe travels, man. As always, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump on Friday at 1 with Nick. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. And appreciate you guys watching, man. Have a good night.
All right, take care, buddy.
I won't end your stream. I'm just gonna get out of here. I won't pull a Odinato or
Kryptonian. I did that in my early days, man. I was young. Okay. I
didn't know. Have a good night, fellas.
See you, buddy.
You are young still, though. I mean, you're still a young guy.
Nah, I'm old as dirt, man.
Yeah. Well, the people in the comments are calling me Uncle Jesse. I mean, that makes me. I didn't see it, but I guess I am getting to be Uncle Jesse.
That is funny though, man. But everybody loves Uncle Jesse, man.
Figure I was a young guy, but not.
Yeah, you're still young, man. You're still young. You're like the older brother that I never had, man. So with the hint of the dad that slaps me around, so I appreciate you.
It is called a solutions mindset.
A solutions mindset. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I saw that question in
so
there.
I want to actually a hardback copy, right? So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna send it to NR. I might just buy it, send it to his house so he can sign it, and then I'll pay for shipping and to send to me. However, I'll do it. But
I think I'll just send him a bottle of bourbon and tell him to send me when he gets it. Something.
Okay, you let me do that first, okay? Don't be because don't one up me, man. All right, don't do that.
Well, isn't it traditional that someone that writes a book, you send them some type of a gift, especially
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. I mean, I sent a lady author I know. I sent her flowers, carnations, stuff like that, things. But
okay,
for a dude, I'd send him a little bit of alcohol.
Alcohol.
Well, I mean, that's what I would do. But you got to check out that movie. Have you seen that movie, Dallas Buyers Club?
I did see it. I remember that's the one that Matthew McConaughey lost like 30 pounds, man.
I don't think it was 30. I think it was like 130.
He looked like he was dying, man, in that movie.
Well, I guess they were, dude. That's the whole point that it was bothering me. Is like that really bothered me, and that really was my red pill moment. About, I don't know, maybe a couple years into the military, I was like, what the hell? They're all talking about this don't ask, don't tell stuff. And it was like, there was only one problem I had with gay people being in the military at that time. The only problem I had, but I probably still have it too, is this, you got to think this through, right? So we're all the guys live together. It's called billeting, and
you were about to say all the guys are butt naked, but go ahead.
No, yeah, all the guys are together, right? You're in your barracks. You got your cots, you got your day room, and you got your showers and your toilets and everything. You got everything. You're sharing everything, right? Got a bunch of guys, right? So, and the girls are doing the same thing, but the girls, they got their section. They got, so back then it was like, all right, well, how are we going to do this? Because if you're gay, it'd be like, even the gay, I'm not saying the gay person, but everybody feel uncomfortable, be like having the woman in the middle, like, so it was kind of awkward. So what are you going to do? Just everybody going to have their own place or whatever? Or are they going to like, how are they going to do that? And that was my whole issue. Because if it was like, well, if you say you're a guy and you're gay and you're attracted to men, then we house you with the women. And then all of us guys would be like, okay, I'm gay. We don't house us with the women, So we take advantage of it, So then it was like, how is that going to work out? And that was the gist of it. I think that was the issue. But then they were like, they didn't want to fix the problem. They were like, don't ask, don't tell. It's like, that doesn't fix it, man.
That doesn't fix it. Yeah. It just creates an unnecessary, unwarranted, hostile environment at the end of the day. Because
right. And I want them to live the life that they want to, and I want them to be happy. Sure. But at the same time, we got to be realistic. There are things like, okay, so, you can't have, it's straight guys that even be like, you know what, I'm gay too. Go take me over to the girls' bulletin, and then I'll hang out with the girls and be like, come on, man, you're taking advantage.
Well, look, there's actually men today that claim to be transgender, right? They don't get no sexual, physical altercation or anything like that, just to wear a dress to jump in a woman's restroom and assault a woman. Like the way I see it is this: like with what is it with Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. So Caitlyn actually got the I think the physical surgery, didn't
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so I don't know.
I don't think that whole thing, but at the same time, I got a different view with Caitlyn, Bruce, Caitlyn.
Bruce Jenner,
how that I feel a little bit differently about that, because my whole thing is, I want Caitlyn to live their life whatever way that they want, and the only thing I thought it was weird that ESPN like made him Woman of the Year. I thought that was weird.
To me, that's like
that's weird. But at the same time, Caitlyn, Bruce, Bruce before Caitlyn, then now they're not hurting anybody. They're not doing anything. So it's like, okay, and I don't think that's I think Caitlyn is like, this is what I'm going to be. Whatever. I'm not.
Yeah, live your life, man. As long as it doesn't affect me.
You got the guy that was the swimmer that wasn't that good of a swimmer, but
Leah Thompson.
Yeah, and then does transgender. All of a sudden, it's like it's like
he's the number one female swimmer in the world. Come on, man.
Yeah. So how does that happen? And to me, those types of situations. Now he could be honest. He or she, I guess she, can be completely honest about it, but it just seems very suspicious, dude, that you're like, you're competing at a guy's level, and then you're like, I'm going to go switch over here.
You remember the story with the weightlifter, right? It was a man who identified as a woman, didn't have no sex change, just says, I'm a woman, put some lipstick on, went in and was beating all the records in women's weightlifting, right? And then a man stepped up and says, hold my beer. He shows up at this, and this guy, because it wasn't a woman, who was breaking all the female records, was just like, oh, the community loves me. I'm amazing, whatever, getting all this publicity. So then a man shows up and says, I'm signing up as a woman, beats that guy.
Oh, okay? Wow.
Yeah. And says he's a woman. And that the one that was winning I guess I'm going to say the one that was beating all the women the first time, the fake transgender, whatever you want to call him, he was upset. He says, it's not fair. It's not fair. Wow. Yeah, because that's not a real transgender. I'm a real transgender. It's funny. He was complaining that he got whooped by someone that did exactly what he did. But the real man was making, I say the real man because that was a man that went in there. He did it on purpose to prove a point, But yeah, all the women that work their lives off, that work in the gym to beat other women, because physically men and women are different, and biologically it's biology. I'm sorry, that's science. Yeah. It is what it is. To think that to just I don't know, for this guy to go in and just beat all those women and get all these rewards and or awards and all this publicity, and it's just not fair to all the other women. You know, as a father of daughters, I would hate that, to tell my daughters, you know, you can be the best in your field, you know, and then, you know, if they're in sports or something, and then some man shows up because he identifies as a woman and whips them, you know, that's not fair. You know, I would never support.
I think there should be a line in the sand about a few things like that, because I think that, like, I mean, it's tough because you want people to be able to live their life, be happy, and all that kind of stuff. But then when what you're doing is affecting other people, and I mean, you in this situation, it's men going to women's sports. Some of these women have been training and doing this their entire lives to reach the pinnacle of their success and the prime of their life, and to get, you know, cut out because of physically, a lot of most men are bigger, you know, or have more things. I mean, but it's not like one guy here and one guy there, you know. I mean, that's back when I was younger. It was like the black community were being shit on, and it was like, you know, they just want a fair shot. That's all they wanted, you know. So that I find that to be different, but at the same time,
it's different for sure.
Yeah,
you know,
because that was
like,
like,
if you want to be transgender, great.
Yeah.
Be you, do you? Okay, be you, do you? I don't care. I don't care as long as it doesn't cost me money and affect the quality of my life. Do what you want to do. All right, it's your freedom, your life, whatever. That's love who you want. I don't care as long as it doesn't affect me and mine. And that I'm a true libertarian at heart. At the end of the day, not liberal libertarian. You know, so if you want to be transgender, you want to be whatever, you know, if you want to drink that Kool-Aid, right, and be in that extremely minority of the human population, okay? If you want to be in that group, fine, be in the group. Why don't we create a league for them specifically? All the men that think they're women, let's create a you know, a transgender men to women league of baseball, football, whatever it is, swimming.
Yeah.
Let them compete against each other. All right.
Wouldn't you think that would be more fair, though?
It would be fair to do that.
But then would there be enough people to have a league to do that?
No. And it's going to be exactly like the women's soccer league. Nobody watches women's soccer. Okay. And the women's soccer are complaining, why don't we make, you know, $20 million a year like the men's soccer? Because soccer, you know, people watch soccer globally, right? Mm-hmm. It's men's sports in general, women's basketball. It's exciting, but not as exciting as men's basketball. Unfortunately, it's not. So the women, not that these women aren't great athletes. I mean, I couldn't do what they do. I mean, they're super athletes, just like the men are in their own right? In their own field. But it's not our fault that nobody wants to watch them play basketball. We shouldn't have the men's basketball team, right? Take cut and pay to subsidize the women's that nobody watches. The reason why LeBron makes, you know, $50, $60 million, $80 million a year, whatever it is because people love to watch the man play. He's freaking amazing. People buy his jerseys. People buy season tickets.
He's not amazing as Jordan.
Of course. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm talking about somebody's actually playing, right?
Right.
But yeah, so he draws a crowd. The moment you stop drawing a crowd, what do they do in the NBA? They trade you. Okay. Yeah. You ain't performing, you're gone. Right. And unfortunately, that's what it is. So you can't ask people, right, to pay for something that they don't want to pay for. So that's what's going to happen if they create these leagues for transgenders. No one's going to go watch it other than, I think, other people that are, you know, want to watch it. It ain't going to be nowhere near I think the viewing that the NFL does, NBA and all that stuff. You know, like for the Super Bowl, there'll still be some viewers, right? But they're not going to be. It's not going to subsidize. These guys ain't going to make $20 million a year. Honestly,
yeah, you know. But what's the deal with that, though? I mean, when it comes to soccer and everything like that, you know, I know that the whole world is excited about soccer and everything, but I just could never really get into it. But
me either.
Women's basketball, why? I mean, I don't watch it at all, and I don't know why. I just don't really watch basketball much at all. Period, men's or women's. But why don't people watch women's basketball? Wouldn't that be just the same thing? I mean, it's like it's a smaller field, you know. There's no, I mean, the shots maybe there's a little bit, you know.
But like you're asking, why don't they watch women's basketball?
Yeah, why is it more popular than like it is?
Because a man from center court can dunk. Okay, I'm just I mean, Jordan literally flew, right? That's amazing. You can't get a woman to do that unless you shorten the court. Now, there are some women there are some exceptions, and you know, and you can't say, well, there are some exceptions to the rule. Like you want to talk about weightlifting, like, you know, I'm 46 years old. I'm sure a woman that's been lifting, you know, her entire life, she's 25 years old. She's in the prime, taking some hormones, steroids, and all that. I haven't lifted in freaking 20 years. She's going to outbench me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on a decline, right? But she ain't going to outbench, you know, a 25-year-old man in the gym. I mean, if that's physically, or, you know, I would say physically bigger than her, the muscle mass isn't there. It's just, unless she's, you know, that's just like some sort of, I don't know. I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, if it does, it's going to be a phenomenon. I'll tell you that.
I think it's pretty awesome though that the young girl, and she's just phenomenal. I think she's awesome. Riley Gaines, the swimmer, that she was able to tie him. Actually, didn't she win? I forget what it was.
No, I don't think she won. But I'll tell you, I remember that. And you're talking about Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
And, you know,
now she's the one that, and we talk about that because you know, a transgender man going up against a biological woman that are competing, and it's been heavily, you know,
controversial.
Yeah, it's their competitiveness is that the trans men are like whooping their butts, you know, like beating them and all kinds of stuff. And for her to be like, you know, she has to be really, really good. You know, that's what I thought, you know, like if a man can their times are faster and everything like that on the swimming part of it, she has to be really good. That she
would to actually keep up with the guy that's probably, you know, what he's like 6'5", 6'7".
Oh, he's a lot. Yeah, that's another thing too.
So his torso, right? Torso, he's got the
and isn't it like you when you're swimming, you touch the wall, right? And
that's So she's got the reach.
That disadvantage too.
Yeah, she's like 5'5", right? You know, and you know, 5'1" or whatever. Yeah. And she kept up with him. That just tells you how amazing she is. Imagine if he wasn't in the water, she'd be smoking other women, right? I mean, she's fast, you know, and she's outspoken about it, and you know, and she should be. The reason why I think people don't watch women's sports, you know, like they do men's sports, is because unless other than UFC, now women's UFC, I mean, I don't like watching women's boxing. I don't like to see women beating up on women. I just don't. To me, women shouldn't be punching women. To me, I don't want to see a bloody woman. You know what I mean? I don't want. I like when a man hits a woman.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Hard to do that though.
But they do. I don't like to see it. But to me, UFC, you know, it's a level playing field. I'm talking about woman on woman. It's about skill, art, training, you know, and I know that woman would probably whoop me. So, you know, because of the martial arts training, I think that gets a lot of traction because of Dana White, because Dana White, you know, he's the one that's running the UFC. He's not woke. He's not subscribing to the wokeness, you know, and that's why it does well. But you're talking about like the Leah Thompsons and, you know, soccer's, who is it in soccer? The one famous soccer female player. She's freaking, you know, she's just, I think she walked, I saw a video of her the other day. She's walking in through the bay. She's got a little speaker. She's got her own soundtrack. She's wearing like carrying a Louis Vuitton. She's obviously more of I would say an advocate for her cause than she is a great soccer player, you know? Mm-hmm. And I should be paid as much as a man. Well, bring in the viewers the way the men do. Not that you could, it's not that you can't do it. It's just that you haven't done it. Do it. Do something great.
Well, I watched a video where that guy broke that down as to how much money they bring in, the men's and the women's.
Yeah, compared to the women. And it's not like they can't.
The men get paid less. The men get paid less.
Well, not the key players, right? Obviously, he wants to be paid like the top guys are. I should be making $120 million a year. It's like you can't even fill 120 seats.
Well, they were talking about the World
Cup.
About? Like what the revenue is that they bring in and what the share is per player for the World Cup, as opposed to the women. And I thought I'd have to double check that. But I thought like they were saying the men are getting paid $400,000 per man, and the women are getting paid like $700,000.
The women are making more.
Yeah, the women are making more than
well, wasn't there some sort of subsidy because of that? Like, didn't the women get? I think they had something happened where they were like, the problem is that money's got to come from somewhere.
But that World Cup, man, brings in everybody in every country is like World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, because you got these countries that soccer's their life, man. You got the UK love soccer, South America, you got I mean, Mexico. All right. And my point is that it's a big deal. Like in Texas, like even where I'm at in the Woodlands, there's a lot of Mexican nationals that live out here, and they have these $1 million homes. Right. And their kids all go to the schools. They look just like you, Chris, blonde hair, blue eye, speak nothing but Spanish. Okay. You wouldn't know them from Mexico.
No.
All their kids speak Spanish. Like fluently. English is their second language, and they fill up the soccer fields all over around Houston, and at least from the part I'm in, they love soccer. Soccer is their jam, and not like football, right? I think football to me is too commercialized. I don't like watching football anymore. I used to. I don't like it watching more. And I know you're a big football guy because I'm
not a big football guy. I'm just keeping up on it.
Yeah, the reason I don't like watching sports anymore is because it's so commercial. It's always been commercialized, but I can be watching the game and it goes it's like 25 seconds of a play, and then they cut to commercial. And then it's 25 seconds of a game, and then they cut to commercial. Look, I don't like commercials. To me, it's all propaganda. I don't like being sold anything. So I'd rather not waste my time. I would much rather get the highlights, from someone making a quick 1-minute video of a game. Okay, that's all I need to see. Yeah, I'm cool with that, right? Then I'm like, but to me, the commercialization has taken the fun out. If you think about it, kids are taught, or when we were kids, being in little league, football, baseball, whatever it is, basketball, soccer, it was fun, right? And of course, if you want to go that route and become a professional player, it goes from fun to you. If you make it, of course, you're set for life. If you do well. But it goes from that to, going to a little league game, watching the kids play, to now I got to go tailgate at the stadium and it's all commercialized. I hate it, man. It's just.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan on any of that stuff. And honestly, I don't watch ESPN, anything like that. When like they have their games on or something, maybe I'll watch them. But
I like hockey. I like rugby. I mean, those games, right? Those you want to watch.
I used to like NASCAR too. I used to watch NASCAR a lot, but then that got all political too, and I'm like,
yeah, I got too political, man. NASCAR. I like. I think the sports that I watch is rugby, hockey, UFC. Boxing. When the last time I got into boxing, Mayweather, he's a joke. Don't get me wrong. He's a fighter. He's made his billions, whatever. But it got too commercialized, man. It's just too. The last time I was really into boxing, and the only reason I was into it, my dad used to watch it all the time, is with Mike Tyson.
I can't believe that. You saying that, I couldn't name one boxer right now. I don't know. I don't follow.
I couldn't tell you.
I used to follow boxing like all the time. I was like, Tyson, Holyfield, Foreman.
Foreman. My dad. I grew up watching those fighters, and Tyson was the last.
What's the oh my goodness.
Mayweather is the middleweight.
What's the British guy? The British guy, just a phenomenal beast. He was an incredible boxer, and he had the title for a long time, man. He was good Lord. That goes back ways for me. So
it says pickleball is in the end thing now. Are you serious? Is that a joke?
I don't even know what pickleball is. What is pickleball? Oh, look at Nick. This is one I like too. This Live Golf. I've watched some golf. Now I'm not a big fan of it, and I can't
or live golf. Live golf, yeah.
I can't do that. I can't do that. But reason why I even watch a little bit of golf because my brother-in-law and I met Greg Norman one time and like had lunch with him and everything. And he was like really cool. Yeah, he's really, and it was him, me, and like 2 other people. And we for like an hour and a half we were eating together, hanging out. He was a real good guy. He got interrupted a few times, but he was there talking. We didn't have our phones out, nothing like that. Nothing, we were just doing it. But that was a really long time ago.
Golf is really big. I mean, it's a very, very expensive sport to play. A lot of money made, obviously, but being in the oil and gas area of Houston, we have our opens here and all that jazz. It's a big deal here. I mean, if you're not golfing, you hear all the time, deals are made on the golf course, right? And that's where you want to go make deals, close deals. Let's go play
deals
golf.
Deals are being made at Top Golf now.
Yeah, for now they are, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I did I had my bachelor's party. My brother-in-law, my best friend Josh. He's out in Fort Worth. He's out in Frisco, Texas. So I went out there, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna take you to some adult putt." I'm like, "Bro, look, I don't golf. First of all, I'm a lefty. I'm a left-handed. I was never able to find left-handed clubs long enough to go buy them and learn to play.
You gotta have them made, right? You gotta have them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're just not readily available to me, right? So, so I mean, I would putt, and I'd go to Top Golf, those types of things. I've been golfing, but it's not something I do. I just don't really have time for it. But a lot of my friends do, and a lot of my clients do. But anyway, so I go up there. It's my my bachelor party. And he takes me a couple places because I'm a guy. He takes me airsoft up there, and I freaking smoke. It was a great time. Yeah, I mean, we went to a couple of cigar joints, a whiskey place. I mean, it was a blast. And he kind of ended the night at some putt place. I'm like, bro, what is this? He goes, no, watch this. So and it's an adult. I forgot we have him here in Houston now. I forgot the name of it, but it was basically like when you see adult putt, like it's not even like Top Golf where you just driving balls off until trying to get some points. You got some pretty crazy. Imagine putt, but where you've got like you have a drink in your hand the whole time, right? Whiskey, whatever. You had an old fashioned the whole time, and I'm getting like feeling pretty good, man. And the courses were pretty crazy. I feel like it was an Alice's Wonderland or something. It was a cool place, and it was owned by I think Tiger Woods. I think it's one of his ventures. So, but it was for adults, right? Man, I had the greatest time there, man. It was fun, playing golf with my friends in a sense. It was putt, but the courses were pretty cool and unique. But just the environment was cool, man. People were smoking cigars, drinking some whiskey, had a very good time there, man. So they have them now here in Houston. Haven't gone yet, but that was fun. I can get into that. But going out, sweating, and sitting at a golf course, driving a golf, but I can't do that, man. I just ain't got the time for that, unless I'm closing a deal or something. Says Saudi's golf taking over PGA. Gus says I've been to a couple of golf courses lately to Park Marvia. Isn't he on a road trip right now?
Yeah, he's on. He's supposed to be in Mountain Time. I don't know if he's got there yet or not.
Oh man, that's so cool, dude.
He's supposed to be there by Friday, and I think, did he say Colorado?
Yeah, was it Colorado? Well, I appreciate you tuning in, man. That's awesome that you're checking us out, man. You should be enjoying your vacation, man. Enjoying life.
Well, I mean, he probably like listening to this, doing some other Mountain Time. He says he's Mountain Time. Do you see that in the message?
Yeah, I saw it. I just saw it.
So,
is he popping on now?
I think yeah. I think he. I
send him the link.
I send the link, but we'll see if he comes on. I don't. He didn't say that he had to go do anything or anything like that. So hopefully we'll see him soon. But ending up at Mountain View, where Nick is at. Oh, okay. So you're still going that way. Okay,
that's pretty cool.
That's
I can't wait till I get to a point where I can actually jump in an RV, buy an RV first of all, and then have the time where I can just drive, man.
Well, I don't know if I want a big RV or anything like that.
I don't need anything big. I just need something for my motorcycle, man. That's all I need. Hey, what's up, Keith?
What's up,
buddy?
G'day, how is?
I'm not gonna get a big RV, but I think I would want like I'm trying to debate whether I drive to Alaska next year.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about
in
that.
my truck.
Just going to Suburban, man.
With my I don't want to put the miles on my Suburban because that's like my baby. So my truck, it'll be me, my big dog, and
you're gonna be sleeping in your truck. So you got room in there, right? So
oh yeah. There's and the way it's got it all packed. I got this in the back seat where the seat comes up. There's a fitted toolbox that goes in there.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah.
Okay. My seat, it's got some sort of. I didn't opt for it. I didn't really have it available for that truck, like a fitted toolbox. So it's got some kind of. It's kind of a weird little. I don't know. I mean, I got enough place for the jack that goes back there, but I can't really put anything under the seat. To me, it's a waste of space.
Oh, that's one thing. Yeah, mine's perfect because you know how the seat, it's like 3/4. You lift up 3/4 on one side and like a quarter of it on the other. Yeah. Well, the toolbox does the same thing. So on the driver's side, you just lift up a quarter of the seat and you open the toolbox a quarter of the way, and it's got a compartment where you got readily available tools. But if you need to open it all up, you can just open the whole thing.
That was a big letdown for me on that AT4, man. Under this, at least the version I got, they probably had some sort of a different option, but I didn't even consider. I thought for sure they'd have some sort of option for me, and I get the truck, and I'm like, I lift the back seat. I'm like, what the hell is this? Yeah. I got no place to put my tools.
Well, Gus, I'm not going to hold it against you for the F-150, but that's okay though. And a 30-foot travel trailer. So that's how he's doing it. So
now Fords, I'll tell you this, man. Fords have great space in the back. If you have an extended cab, a buddy of mine has a Ford. Lift the back seat, you can literally put a mattress back there. Probably a twin size mattress. So much.
What are you talking about? My truck is that.
Well, I can't do that. So I mean, you can do that as well, but I can't. So I'm really upset about that.
See, my dog it's just being me and my dog and everything. And he's big, so he's a big dog. So he'll.
What sort of dog?
A German Shepherd.
Oh, my mom's got one, man. My mom's got a German Shepherd. That dog is amazing.
He's a little bit of a jerk.
This dog, my mom just walks in a room. So my mom went through cancer, right? And so we got her a dog. We got her a German Shepherd. Well, she wanted a dog. She ended up with a German Shepherd. And this dog just is like he's a service dog now. He follows her everywhere. He just, as soon as she sits down, he just lays right at her feet. It's amazing how immediately he's just. That's my mom.
See, my dog, we're old souls, man, and we argue. I mean,
you argue with your dog?
He gives me this like roar, 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 and I'll be like, he's mad at me about that coyote stuff, and I know I'm gonna go in there when I get off here, I'm gonna go in there and he's gonna be like roar, roar, roar. He's gonna be telling me that I should have let him go outside. He's gonna be mad and all that, and it's like. Whatever, dude.
Hey, Gus, you're right. I do know that Ford. A buddy of mine has a fellow engineer. Well, I'm not an engineer, but he's a mechanical engineer. Just talks about his freaking Ford that he just got 150. He has a 7,200 watt generator. Yeah. I'm like, bro, how many times have you used that? But since you're heading up there to Mountain Time, man, you'll be able to charge all those Teslas, man, because don't they have like great issues up there? At least you can charge some Teslas for them.
Yeah, it makes some extra cash. Yeah. So Keith, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor about something about the fact that CAF is going parabolic.
Well, eventually we got it back going again.
Yeah, congratulations. Way to go, man.
Thanks. It makes you feel like you're pulling teeth, trying to get everything done. There's just so much to it. It's just unbelievable. And especially when devs don't do it the way you want it done, and they and so you got to get it redone again. And of course, it's just what it is. So welcome to, mind you, at this point in time, there's nothing wrong with a hiatus because we all know what the markets are like, but we're experiencing what we've just got launched on the Grove blockchain. As I was saying before, that's what we were planning on doing. That happened about, just over 12, 13, 14 hours ago or something like that.
Yeah. I saw the chart.
Yeah. And it's all like, obviously it's not when you're used to doing BSC scan, because, you have a bit of a look in the wallets and see whether they're from our sort of community or from the Grove community. And, but they don't have BSC scan. It's called Grove scan, right? But it does the same thing. And as far as I could tell, it's just new purchases on some of them. So that's good. It's the new community and stuff is starting its way. And of course they use Telegram more, and I have a Telegram account. And so
I did not know that.
Yeah. So I'm starting to get more people there, which is obviously a good thing. It's all just the very, very obviously early days of community development, and we'll just see what happens. And, I came onto the computer, I was doing a little bit of website stuff, because I had to, hopefully people like what I've done with the website. I had to do it all myself. So the 15-year-old's been back at it again. Getting a little bit better though, I think. So hopefully people like what I've done. And so obviously yesterday my time, I had all the airdrops to do, and if I never have to do that again, I'll be happy. It's it's so, I know you can get programs to run it all for you, but that costs a fortune. But doing one at a time, and of course using this Trezor, and of course you got 6 presses on the Trezor and wait for the transaction to go through, and you got to do that 170 odd times or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, how many times are you going to go to sleep doing this shit? And you got to be methodical. Like, you just can't make mistakes, because of course you send tokens somewhere, you can't get them back, so you got to make sure you're exactly right. You got to be 100%. And it's all this fun stuff, that people don't get to see, because of course it just pops up in their wallet. But that's what's behind the scenes, is someone pulling their hair out or going to sleep trying to do it. And
Keith, I don't see your Telegram in your Discord at all.
No, it's actually not on my Discord yet. No.
Yeah, throw it up there or something so we can. I gotta go there.
I was cleaning up Discord this morning a fair bit, because obviously there's some things that are outdated now, because who knows what's going to happen with the sacrifice funds and stuff like that. We don't know. Yeah. And so, might as well put those sort of rooms on the back burner. Yeah. Because why put them out front and center for people to come and see and go, oh, what's all that about? And and try and explain it to everyone. It's like, better off hiding it, and then of course not deleting it, but hiding the stuff. Yeah. And then it's there. But I've got the link on my website. I know that for Telegram and Instagram, obviously TikTok, YouTube. There's 2 Twitter accounts, because one's for Calf Token and
I don't even see. Hold on a second.
Right down the bottom.
There you go. There we are. Now I'm getting somewhere. Oh, look at the webpage looking good, man.
I hope so, because it's about the best I could do.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I really like. The content creator I have for the videos is really good. He made a few edits to that, because on the website it's got those introduction videos and stuff on there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be pleasant. I hope it is. I'm not very creative when it comes to that nuts and bolts and fixing calves or fences or whatever. No problem. But when it comes to the creativity side, it's bloody hard, you know. Like
I think you got the Twitter X thing on your site twice.
Yeah, because there's 2 Twitters.
Oh, did I just?
Yeah, I know it's pretty.
Oh, did I be on? Was I on the wrong one? Because I was on the NFT farmer one.
Yeah, that's right. There's course.
And calf token. Okay, yeah,
that's right.
Okay, I just joined that one. Okay, so I was like,
they're more or less one and the same, but they're different. Yeah.
Did you, Kryptonian? Did you get a chance to see his
Give it to me. Tell me how good or bad it is.
his website. Go to that link and go all the way to the very bottom, and then you can fill Keith in on what your thoughts on the moon are. I'm just stirring the pot here. Keith, I'm sorry.
I was actually on the Grove token, Grove scan real quick. Let me go there real quick. So.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit, obviously, like learning everything again. When I figured out how to do Grove scan, it's good. But trying to obviously you've got to basically learn everything again. But it's the same principles as BSC scan, but you've just got to, it's
just new stuff. Yeah, it's just a different. So BSC scan, it's not pretty to look at. It's just black and white, but it works, right? Everybody's used to it. It's kind of It's kind of everybody can navigate to it, but I get it.
Let me tell you about gas charges, right? I thought Binance was cheap, and some people tell me it's not. And I go, yeah, whatever. I just compare it to ETH. ETH is expensive, right? And Binance is, known as sort of the cheap one, okay? Now, I did all the airdrops for CAF V2 on Binance, of course. And so it's about the same amount as I just airdropped yesterday. It cost me about $15 USD to airdrop all of the transactions on BSC scan, but to do it on Grove token, guess how much it cost me for about the same amount of transactions?
How much?
You got to have a guess. If it was $15 on Binance, it's that far apart. You've got to have a guess. I've got to just see where you go.
Was it $30 on Grove? I thought Grove was supposed to be cheaper.
Well, it cost me 10 cents.
10 cents. You did it wrong.
To do all the airdrops, which was like 160 odd transactions, and the best part of a day doing the damn thing, and all it cost me was 1 Grove coin, which is about 10 cents.
Holy smokes, man, that is awesome.
Yeah,
pretty cheap.
So on Binance. Yeah, and yet to compare it to Binance, it costs like $15 to do exactly the same amount of transfers. It's like, man, I knew it was cheap. They told me it was going to be cheap on gas, but I didn't know it was going to. I put $10 worth in there, thinking, oh yeah, I'll need that. It was only 10 cents, and I was like, shit, it was just like, wow, that was it. It totally took me out of left field. That one. It was. You don't know until you do it, do you? Like, it's just what it is. But obviously on Grove, they're sorting out, they've still got a lot of, application delivery sort of stuff to do. So it's not the quickest because of the process that you got to go through. Like, for argument's sake, to get Grove coin, you got to go to GroveX, which is really simple to use, which is their centralized exchange. And of course, you can use any currency, and even Binance tokens or whatever. You can send them over to the GroveX centralized exchange, and then you just obviously sell them, and you end up with Grove coin. And then you got to withdraw that to like your MetaMask or whatever. But the withdrawal feature takes a little bit of time because they're still on manual withdrawals. Whether that just applied to Australia or not, I'm not sure, because they did say something about that it's to do with the tax laws here until they do whatever they've got to do. So whether that's right, I don't know. But I'm meaning it takes a few hours to get it to go through. So then you can get your Grove coin to do what you want to do. But yeah. Hey, I reckon that's the NFT farmer site. Yeah, I'm setting that one up just as a because that's obviously where I used to have NFTs, but I'm probably going to use it for NFTs. Yes, like what you're talking to me about before, Chris, but also for information and that sort of stuff. So you don't jam too much on one website, and yeah, so. Geez, I remember doing that. Oh, look, I'm an expert.
Look at you guys with your pictures up here.
That's a good sight, man. I mean, as far as the moon, he's trying to stoke the flames here. Look, the moon is real. We just never landed on it. It's my.
Well, it right there, Keith is saying they're going to the moon.
Destination moon.
Destination
moon. But Keith's not saying that we've been there and we lost the data. Yeah.
We haven't been there. That's just the destination.
There you go. I can see at least you're honest about it, Keith.
And if you play the video down the bottom there, not the one with the flag, but the other one, you'll see destination moon. And so I'm sticking to the line. It might take a while to get there. It might be sooner, later. I don't know, but it just is what it is. I tidied up the white paper a little bit. Hopefully you like it. Like I put the logo on there and I was able to put these photos on there. Things I'm learning. Like I'm learning all this stuff that you can do. Well, I didn't know, but I've seen it on other things. So I thought, well, maybe I could do that. So I was messing around with it and I managed to do it. So I'm changing the logo word to slightly different letters in the word calf. Oh, geez, bloody merchandise store. Yeah, there's all sorts of crap in there.
Oh, it looks great. Everything looks
you really just load it with all sorts of stuff. I just plaster it on everything and just send it. Like,
I think it's great.
You gotta try.
Yeah, I mean it's all about just action, just making it happen. I mean, yeah,
you just gotta
do it, man.
You just got to do whatever and then just see what happens, don't you? Like, you just never know. But the thing about drop shipping, you can just stick your logo on anything and just plaster it out there. And then if someone, wants something special done or whatever, of course you can do it. You can do whatever you want. It's super easy to do it. Put photos on or whatever you want. Like we were talking before, Chris, about NFTs or something. You could even put that onto a print. You can do whatever you want. Like, of course, it's easy. Like on your cups or whatever, you can do your NFTs on that. And you can obviously you can do anything. So, but for myself, I'm starting to learn more of the nuts and bolts on how things happen. So if you said to me, "Oh, you got to tweak this on the website," I can just go to it now and do it. So it's good. Whereas before I always had to go to third parties and then you got to wait times and it's like, I really need it done. But there's small issues. Like I'm waiting for feedback on whether there's any buy bots that pick up the Grove blockchain. Just small things like that you mightn't think of. Buy bots, are mainly chain restricted. So you got like bubble, the buy bots that we normally use on the websites, they're on the Discord, sorry. It normally just picks up about 4 different blockchains. And of course, Grove's not one of them. I don't know what one or if any of them actually do that yet. You probably have to do a customized thing to be able to do that. Because normally they pick up from like PancakeSwap or Dex Screener. But of course the chart isn't on Dex Screener or the decentralized exchange is GroveSwap. And so, there's a few little things like that you got to, the people have to obviously do the developments before you can have the products to put on like your Discord and Telegram and things like that.
Yeah.
So, as much as you might quick get it done, but you just can't do it because it's not.
No, you don't want to rush through it and all that. But,
yeah. But
have you talked to DaveFi about? He's like the a Discord bot expert, everything. He knows everything. Every time I got a question, I ask him, and he's right on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't with all the airdrops and everything I was doing, the initialization of the LP and just seeing that things worked. And, obviously I had to trim up websites, change all the links and that, so it was correct. So when you press on the buttons, it goes to the right places and things like that. I haven't got around to doing that yet. All I've done is ask it on the Grove channels, and I haven't even had a chance to see whether I've had a reply yet. So, because I was on my computer here messing around with the website, straightening it up a little bit on the NFT farmer one. And then I seen you're online. So I thought, bugger it, I'll drop you a link. I'll drop you a message to see if you'll allow me on. Because I haven't actually told anyone or anything except for just announcements in the Discord. I haven't said anything yet because I'm just too busy doing all this stuff. So, and of course, we still got real life and, and today we've had a disastrous day where obviously we're on rainwater tanks and it's the end of winter. So it's getting bloody hot and sunny outside and starting to get that way, even though it's still the end of September. But we had a water trough sort of get pushed on a bit of a lean and we lost about 20,000 litres of water, of our rainwater. So it's like, it always happens at the end of winter, and you just, it's such a pain when you lose your drinking water. And obviously we've still got more drinking water, but I've got to go into carting stock water earlier than what I would normally. So it's like, yeah, great. I just can't wait until I can buy some more tanks so I can store, because we get plenty of rainfall and I've got good roof catchment, but I just need to have the storage capacity. But yeah, every summer it's always such a pain because where we live, we got really wet winters, but really dry summers. And so it goes from literally one extreme to the other. And yeah, now we're coming into the dry part. We've got only small amounts of rain from now on, but obviously catch everything you can. So it's just the joys of being
saying that with today, Keith, not Keith, but Chris saying that it's illegal to catch rainwater.
Yeah.
It's
8
some
states.
there is. Yeah. I've heard that one where you're limited on getting rainwater over there. And it's like, okay, it's landing on my land. Like, come on.
Yeah, man.
But apparently you just, like, what do? Put an underground tank so they don't see it. Like,
right.
Well, I mean, they're getting their hands into everything. So
I know it's just that sort of stuff is just crazy. I know that here we've got obviously restrictions on dams and water catchments and things like that, because that can obviously help to change river inflows and things like that. But not on roof catchment. No, we can catch as much as we can. So. Which is good because we kind of need it.
Well, that is awesome. And I mentioned to you guys, I am done for the night. I got to get to work tomorrow. So
yeah, me too, man.
I'm going to be busy. So
yeah, it's all right for me. You guys have been here for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm coming in all hyped up.
Yeah.
You're just waking up. Man.
I was glad that you were that you reached out because I was like, oh, that's cool. So we'll finish up with Keith coming in. So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's exciting news too, man. That's really I'm happy.
If nothing else, we're leaving on a good note. Like we're all just trying to do our thing in the space, and we don't know how things are going to work out, but we're all having a go and just trying. And that's why I've always been a supporter of anyone that wants to have a go and do projects. Do it.
Do it.
Fill your boots and do it. Just have a go. And like if someone like myself can pull bits together, well then lots of people can do it. Just but it's bloody costly until you
but don't sell yourself short, Keith. You've worked pretty hard on it and everything.
It's been hard.
You've done quite a bit. So and congratulations, man. I'm really happy for you. When I saw that chart, I was like, look at that beauty go. That's beautiful.
Well, someone will cut it down, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, he just gets some good ups and downs and does its thing. And
I mean,
happy days. That's all you
as
want.
long as it's doing its thing and
Yeah,
your
that's-
intention was to do good things, then nothing but good will come from it.
Certainly trying. So, you know, you got to put it out there to try to get anything, don't you? So
Yeah,
that's you know, I've explained to you before about the situation with what we do for animal ethics, and you know, like that's not getting any better. You know, like that doesn't turn around you know, anytime soon for financial rewards or returns from what we do. So, you know, it's critical for us to try and make projects that are successful and do their thing to at least keep that above our head, you know, like that's
exactly.
and allow us to keep doing what we do for calves that wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity. So, you know, I'm not trying to be an animal activist preacher or anything, but the reality is that's what we do. So, you know.
Good.
Burning you guys out. I'm too hyperactive. Take it
Oh
easy.
yeah, that's great though. I'm happy for you.
We're on opposite ends of the world. You guys are all.
I know you're like
more
summertime's coming. I'm like, dude, winter's on its way. What are you talking about? Oh yeah,
that's right. I think we just had our first day of fall the other day. So here in Texas, so.
Yeah, so you're starting to feel it, are you? The seasonal change?
Well, sort of. I mean, it's still hot, but
Sort
you
of.
know,
you know what? Yeah, I've noticed that we're not feeling it. I mean, usually when football starts, you kind of get that at late at night, early in the morning, you get that brisk weather, and it's like it's not been bad, but it's not like it has been. So, but you got anything else, Kryptonian? You're gonna run your?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. No, I'm good. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks, Keith, for jumping in, man. When you did, man, it's good to see. Congratulations on the launch, man, over there on Grove. I'm gonna go check it out. I like your website. You're definitely putting the work in, man, and I appreciate that. And I mean, all I can say is I appreciate everybody coming out. Those are still hanging on, and we'll see you guys, I guess, on the blockchain.